Alright. There we go. Hello everyone, it's your favorite programming error that just refuses to be fixed, CodeErr. And welcome back to Master Detective Archives Raincode. To what is the final stream of Master Detective Archives Raincode before we get into the DLC. So yes, there is still more to this. Last time we finished the story, and got all the collectibles. This time, we're diving in here with the pure objective of finishing off the Gumshoe Gab to hang out with all of our favorite characters again. All our favorite Master Detectives, I should say. Because those characters who aren't Master Detectives are obviously not part of the Gumshoe Gab segments. And specifically, it's also only those who were alive after Chapter 0. Which is kind of sad, but what can you do about that? Nothing. And Vivia, thank you so much for the resub again! Thank you, that's 31. 31 months. That is a lot of time. What the fuck? Why is the head pad broken? I just tested it. Spinner, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I tested the head pad before the stream, and then you did it as well, and it worked. And now it isn't working. What the fuck? That is some bullshit. Give me a second. I think I can fix it. This should hopefully only take a second. But I do not like the fact that it for some reason decided to break. Hopefully it's a quick fix. The quickest of fixes. And then we can dive into the game. By the way, I feel fine stalling a little bit here because, you know. As things stand, today's stream will... Also, hello Tormuse, hang on, you'll see me in a second. Hopefully at least. There I am. Alright. Spinne, I'll do you the favor and refund the head pad real quick. Look for a bit, but I'll be here probably later. Alright, thank you, I appreciate that. Head pads, let's see. Ow. Well, there's your confirmation that stuff works again. Spinne, there we go, reject one of those. There you go, you should have gotten your points back. Alright, now with that being said, I'm not sure if today's stream will be 3 hours. It might be longer than 3 hours. What my plan is, I will play until we finished all the Gumshoe Gab segments. If that's shorter than 3 hours, so be it. If it's longer than 3 hours, so be it. The entire objective of this stream is purely to do all the quote-unquote free time events. So with that being said, let's jump in here. And look at that! Sub-stories! It's there! I told you I would purchase it, and I did. But we're here for the Gumshoe Gab. Okay. So, preferences. Should we start with Yakou? Or is there any other character you would like to see first? We should probably finish up the characters we already started on, right? So probably Yakou and Halara. Give us Vivia. You want to start with Vivia? Oh no. I think I broke my left Joy-Con. The left shoulder button isn't working properly anymore. It's sometimes working, sometimes it isn't. Not optimal. You see, my Switch fell down earlier, just before I started the stream. As I was plugging everything in, apparently I tugged at the cable a little bit too hard, and the entire thing came down, crashed onto the floor. Everything's working fine except for the left shoulder button, which sometimes doesn't respond now. Great. Fantastic. Yeah, and what? Vivia wants to do something. You know what? That is fair. Also, Neon, thanks for being here, even if you have too many things open. Alright, we'll start with Vivia then. Gumshoe, we have Gab with Vivia. Number 1, yes. This is our first Gumshoe Gab segment ever we're doing with Vivia. About time, actually, if you think about it. It's been too long. Hello, Vivia.
Whew, finally finished a bunch of chores. Maybe I should go make some coffee.
I think the audio levels are fine. Actually, I'll adjust it just a teeny tiny bit. But I think everything's fine. Okay. Okay, then.
Sorry.
You doing okay there,
I
Vivia?
had some soot in my nose.
Sure, does that make you want to die someday?
Vivia, you were in there?
Yeah, I was here the whole time.
Standing right in front of you, in fact.
You could have at least said you were there. You scared me.
Yeah. If you don't mind, I'll start doing that next time.
Vivia jump scare. Jesus Christ, you were here, go die. Thank you, I will.
I don't mind, so please do.
Yuma, you're too kind. You never mind talking to me.
You know, I wonder why he always crawls into cramped spaces like that.
Comfortable.
You find
I'd
it
assume.
calming in there, right? But wouldn't you be better off on a couch or bed?
Why? Being in a cramped space means you can only be approached from one side. It's a safe space.
If comfort level must be quantified in terms of the physical strain on your body, then yes. But this reminds me of something.
Reminds you of what?
Well, what do you think?
What Vivia remembers when he's inside the fireplace.
Memories about firewood. Well, I would assume good memories, because we're talking about comfort. So it has to be good memories. Reminds you of being inside your mother. Of course.
Is it a good memory?
Yes, that's correct.
Obvious answer wins again.
When I was young, my parents would always discipline me by locking me in the storage room. When I'm in here, I can relive those memories.
And that's a good memory how?
Huh? They don't sound like nice memories if you were locked in there. That seems pretty traumatic to me.
No, those are good memories for me.
What, because your parents were still alive back then and they
I
aren't
have
now?
many brothers. We all yearned for our parents' love. So, no matter what shape or form it took, I was happy when my parents paid attention to me.
That's so, huh?
I see.
I know. How about you join me, Yuma?
I'm not so sure about that. Is there enough space for 2 people to fit in there comfortably?
Once you get used to the back pain, it's actually not so bad in here.
You want some pillows? We have a bunch of pillows. I'm sure Yakou wouldn't mind if we threw a bunch of pillows in the fireplace with you.
No, I think I'll pass.
Master, you and Vivia seem to have grown closer.
That was the first Gumshoe Gab. Pretty short. Gab with Vivia number 2. By the way, if any of you in chat want to talk about something, I am more than welcome to do that too. Because again, if the stream does end up really short, then why not fill it with some light conversation as well? Am I right? Are you looking forward to the DLC? I hope you are. I'm really looking forward to the DLC.
I'm starting to get used to being alone with Vivia.
Did you see the image? The one you sent? You mean the free pass? I won't rely on anything cheap like a free pass, but I see you perhaps also becoming more active. I feel like that channel hasn't gotten anywhere near as much use ever as it has gotten the past few days. And it will keep getting more use throughout the course of this month. Also, I am very sorry if the images I find don't always meet everyone's high standards. But if you think I'm gonna sit down for hours of research to post a single lewd image every day during No Nut November, then oh my god, how much of a masochist do you think I am?
Knowing who he is,
Plus,
silence isn't really so
again,
awkward
Raincoat doesn't
anymore.
really have many entries in that category yet, which is sad.
We don't have to force a conversation to break the silence.
Stop.
Which makes it easier to be around him than the others.
I will not spend hours of research every day for one post. I am glad you think I'm glad you seem to think I have peaked on day one. And I'll take that and I'll leave it at that. Who knows, maybe one day you'll find something that's even better. Maybe I will find something. Poochie? Intriguing that you would say that. We love Poochie. Didn't get nearly enough screen time though. Very sad.
I want to die someday.
Catchphrase! Let's go! Nice one, Vivia.
Huh? That's awfully sudden.
It's not sudden, Yuma. When has that line ever been sudden? We know it's coming. We always know that line is coming. We shouldn't be surprised.
Oh, did I think out loud again?
You sure did.
Sorry about that. Guess I surprised you. I'll be careful not to think out loud.
No, please,
next
please
time.
continue. I want to hear your thoughts. What else could you possibly have to say for us?
You're free to say what you want, but it sounds really concerning.
Hey, he doesn't say I want to die now. He says I want to die someday. Which we all will, whether we like it or not. Well, all of us detectives here. And then we have people like Kurumi, who will not die. Ever. Well, perhaps with the heat death of the universe at some point. But they won't die of natural causes.
And I've been wondering, what do you mean by someday?
Oh, we're actually getting into the someday part of it.
What do you want to know?
Well, all people die eventually. I suppose I'm wondering if you want to die sooner. Saying someday makes it sound like you can't die.
Well, I mean, he can.
Wait, is that what it is? You can't die?
Imagine. Yes, I can die. Yet another immortal creature in a town of immortal creatures.
That explains why you'd say something so strange.
Huh? He's undead?
Funny how at this point we didn't know that there was an entire area of the city that was overrun by the undead.
That's a wonderful deduction.
But it's wrong.
I guess I'm wrong, though.
Well, I don't know about that.
Oh?
What do you mean?
Could just remove his soul from his body when he is dying? Do you think if Vivia dies, his soul would be able to wander Earth for all eternity and he could keep doing what he has been doing? Just, you know, he can't tell anyone because he's dead. Except if someone for some reason shares his forte, then he could interact with that person.
Being unable to die sounds like it's straight out of a story. So romantic.
And it is straight out of this story as well.
Yuma, what would you do if you gained everlasting
Go inside
life?
dead bodies? What, you mean like Shinigami? Speaking of, Shinigami hasn't done that recently, has she? Yeah, in fact, she hasn't done it in both the final chapter and the chapter before that. She hasn't done it in the first chapter either. She's only done it in, I think, 3 chapters, right? Chapter 1, 2, and 3, and otherwise she's not done it. For the Nailman, definitely. Definitely for the schoolgirls. Actually, I don't remember. Did she even do it in chapter 3? I don't think even there. I think she's only done it in the first 2 chapters. I think only chapter 1 and 2 is when she actually possessed dead bodies. Wow. Interesting. If it gets an anime, that would be interesting. Although, I would prefer it if they handled it not like Danganronpa 1 did, but the way Danganronpa 3 did, where they actually have a full like storyline that is designed for the anime. Because by turning the game into an anime, they're gonna have to throw out a lot of stuff to squeeze it into, you know, a proper amount of episodes. So I feel like if they do an anime, it has to be an anime original storyline, specifically made for it. This, I feel like, again, yeah. But if they do that, they'll probably release another game first. The death contract forever except if you walk through a very specific door. Yes, the very specific door. It is so sad that we won't be able to remember her. Then again, we are still aware that the book is a thing, and we probably know that we used the book for something, but we don't know the exact details of what happened when we used the book. We don't know of Shinigami, and we don't know of the Mystery Labyrinths. We just know that we used the book, probably to make a contract with a death god, but that's the extent of it.
What would I do if I lived forever?
Honestly, if I lived forever, I don't know what I would do. Actually, you just have to work until you're at retirement age, right? And then you're basically cruising through the rest of your life doing whatever you want. Because retirement age is usually always around the same, and hey, at that time nobody would know that you're immortal. And so you just keep on living. I mean, what are they gonna do? Take you out of retirement for no good reason? Ha! Fools! So honestly, eternal life doesn't sound that bad. It's just the initial time frame of how long you would normally be alive, whether all the pain and suffering is gonna be. And to be fair, you would outlive all of your loved ones. That is a problem, I guess. Yeah, that is a problem. Well, poop. But that is the only problem I see. Well, forever I would research the way to die. Pull a Vivia, I want to die someday. See the world 100 years from now, talk to people from all over the world. Can't think of anything in particular. I mean, I would see the world more than just 100 years from now. Talk to people from all over the world. I mean, that is essentially something I can do thanks to Twitch chat already. I can talk to people from different countries around the world. I don't need to be immortal to do that. I guess out of these things, that seems the most likely. Like the most sensical answer. I'll pick that.
I'd like to see the future. I want to know what the world would look like 100 years from now.
But doesn't mean you can't die with traditional means. That could also be a thing if you just can't die by traditional means, like sickness or old age.
I see. I've considered that before myself. I'd like to see how the world looks when technology advances further.
That could be very fun.
Just thinking about it excites me.
Yeah, I can't even picture what that would be like.
This is getting interesting. Anything else?
Anything else? Being immortal sounds fine until you notice that you will turn into cars from JoJo. You will just stop thinking.
If I had everlasting life, what would I want to do? I can't think of anything in particular.
Alright, guess we can't think of anything else.
That was quick.
Huh? Quick?
There is no end to human greed. Some people think
Okay
that,
then.
but it's not true whatsoever.
If forever means your souls don't age and you have an exceptional immune system, I am all for it. Honestly, yeah, who wouldn't be all for it? Again, if you can still choose to die if you want to, then there's literally no downside to it, to eternal life.
Everything comes to an end. Just like how you couldn't think of anything else you'd want.
I think I just meant I didn't have any good ideas right now.
Someday, greed will end.
Oh.
Just like you would die before your greed could be satiated. Humanity too has a lifespan.
But homunculi have no lifespan, they just keep on living. And they don't even look a day older after 1,000 years, apparently.
Uh-huh.
If you were to live forever, you'd see how tough life can be. It may be fun at the beginning, but eventually, I'm certain you wouldn't desire anything else.
Oh, I don't know. If I could keep living forever, I could just keep watching shows I enjoy forever. I don't see a problem with that. I can watch all my favorite animes. Also, hello, Avanov. Welcome to the stream. Sometimes I just want anything except food, sweet string, and I think of wanting something. Sounds like that one Rick and Morty episode. Your motivation is motivation. What do you want? I want to want something. Tries to get anything? I can't think of anything. Ah, the big sad. Well, eventually you'll get to think of something, but you know what? I feel like that sometimes too. For example, when someone in my family asks me, hey, what do you want for your birthday? And I'm just standing there like, give me money, I guess. That is often how that shit goes, when you're put on the spot and have to think of something and it doesn't work.
And once you were bored of everything, you'd reach the same conclusion all others would.
I want to art. You know what? That is a fair thing to want. Give me money.
That you hope to die someday.
Ah, we all hope to die someday. Also, Gabe, that test worked? Your message is going through? What, were you trying to speak early and your message didn't go through? Anyway, hi. By the way, if you're worried about spoilers, we're done with the story. We're just doing what is essentially free time events today. For however long it takes, we'll see. You want for your birthday? I want a successful company. I see.
The moment you lose all desire,
Also, we're talking about
your
wanting to
final
die.
desire for death would be born. It all makes sense now, doesn't it?
Does it? But wait. Vivia, by that logic, doesn't your desire to die mean you're immortal?
There are immortal individuals. Vivia is not one of them, I think.
You're free to think what you want.
But Vivia is not denying it. Straight up not denying the claim of, hey, are you immortal? Think what you want.
That's not an answer.
It's enough for today. I need to go back to my world of books.
Alright, Vivia, thank you. But it's not enough. We're not done with you
Did
yet.
he just give me the runaround? Or is he always like this? I can't tell. I wonder if I'll understand him better someday.
On a working site to transfer money globally? I mean, isn't that PayPal? Like, if you mean transfer money, like, to other people around the earth? Isn't that what PayPal is for? That site works perfectly well. In fact, that's the site I set up for donations. And where all my Twitch income is sent to. So, yeah. I think that site works perfect. I think PayPal works perfectly fine to transfer money globally. Since Vivia can just move himself from his body. Just not down unless it goes another world. Just technically deaf. Another world, what do you think? Vivia wants to be isekai'd? Oh, PayPal was banned in Russia. Oh. Oh. So there is one exception then to where PayPal works. Interesting.
Master, you and Vivia seem to have grown even closer.
Hospital Wi-Fi hates Twitch. Oh no. You sent 2 test messages and they went through. Why are you pointing out that the hospital Wi-Fi hates Twitch right now? Is there another message you want to send and that's not going through for some reason? Because if so, that sucks. Or is it the delay? Is it the delay? It might be delay. Delays and buffering, I assume, then. Ah, it sucks ass. But people don't go to the hospital to watch stuff normally, which is, you know, it's the least of their concerns. Skill resting that makes you unable to be attacked while asleep. Sleep however long he wants. That sounds
Vivia?
glorious.
I was thinking of making some coffee. Would you like some?
Coffee would be nice, but there is a much greater problem.
What problem?
The large beast dwelling inside me is roaring louder than ever.
Oh, you mean your stomach is rumbling? You hungry?
No. No human could defeat the beast.
What are you talking about?
You hungry? You want
We
a
can either grant its
burger?
wish and coexist, or be consumed by it. Those are our only options now.
It's an issue. You have to restart the app after going on someone's stream. Type, but since game time for them means he isn't having that issue. Issues, but not that. Okay. Imagine a sword coming right at you, falls asleep, sword bounces back. Amazing skill.
Right now, it is about to crush my heart, for I have ignored its desires.
You hungry
I
boy.
have no clue what you're talking about.
You hungry boy.
Please, help me.
You ma bring him some food.
Help you with what? Even if I ask him, he probably won't tell me anyway.
I guess you have to figure it out for yourself.
It's food.
Beast from within is about to crush his heart because he has ignored its desires for too long.
Your grumbly stomach.
What Vivi is trying to say is...
Alright, seen a bitch spinner. He's hungry! He has a headache, his back hurts. Of course he's hungry. I remember Odd World again. Games. Hard games. Does that say hard games are spicy food? Elaborate. Make myself tea. Ah. Spinne enjoying some good stuff. And thanks for the quotes as always, Rob. He's hungry.
Could it be that you're hungry?
Yes. If I had to phrase it another way, I suppose that's it.
But phrasing it as I am hungry is boring. You know what? I should take a slice out of it. I should have can't talk. I should take a page out of Vivia's book and just say, the beast within me is roaring, for I have ignored its desires too long. If I want to survive, I must grant its desire so we can coexist, or we shall both die. Help me quell the beast. Help me fulfill the beast's desire.
You could have just told me that.
No, that's
I
boring.
haven't eaten anything since yesterday. I can't take another step. I would deeply appreciate it if you brought me some bread or something. Thank you.
I was gonna say that was a short one, but I guess there's
You
more.
saved me.
It's fine, but why didn't you eat anything? Not eating for a full day can't be good for your health.
Too lazy to get up and get some food.
So you want to know why? Let's take, for example, how many would want to try climbing a tall mountain range after first seeing it?
Ah, so you're not standing up to get food until you are absolutely desperate. Where's William? Let's see the dams break. What, you need to use the bathroom or something there, Rob? What are you talking about?
However, very few would actually put that desire into action.
Eat energy, eat. But eating takes energy. A little energy to eat, a little energy to acquire energy. Yeah, BRB. Alright, see you in a bit then. The spicy food we can tolerate. Failure for only so long. Ah, I see. Okay, I get it.
Do you understand?
Not at all.
Well, that's fine. I don't mind.
I understood you, Vivia.
But I do! Vivia won't tell me. So I should just figure it out again. I need to figure out why people don't go climbing mountains. To understand why he didn't eat yesterday.
It needs
Jeez,
energy.
This guy is way too much trouble.
People don't climb
Are we getting
mountains
asked
even
two
if they
questions?
want to,
Two questions in
because-
one Gumshoe Gab? Oh my god, we're actually getting two questions. Didn't call to them, they lack confidence. It's too much trouble!
Because it's too much trouble?
Well, I suppose you could say that.
You felt it was too much trouble so you didn't eat for a whole day? Could you be any lazier?
Yes, he could be any lazier. He could just not use the energy to even talk to us right now.
You know, Vivia, do you get theatrical like this on purpose whenever you don't want to talk about something?
Do I? We are all Rosso Ponson. And it's only once you realize it that you...
Okay, Vivia, we get it. We get it.
You're doing it again!
Master, you and Vivia seem to have grown even closer.
And closer still we grow. Sometimes we get to eat for full days too. That is unhealthy. Please eat. Gab with Vivia, Volume 4! Second to last one. And then we're moving on to the next character. I think after this we're gonna finish off Yakou, because we were close to finishing him off anyway. Just 2 Gumshoe Gabs left for him, you know. Hello again, Vivia.
What are you reading?
Why do you ask?
With poem progress? I am making progress. I wanted to finish all the poems on the list until, like, the end of the week. I'm not entirely sure if I can do that, but I've even written a few more that I didn't send on the Discord yet. So I'll send those probably after the stream if I remember. You see, the thing is, I did say that I would write the poems shorter than usual. And a lot of them still are at least decent in length. But I can tell you at least one of the poems I have written is very, 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 very short. So, to compensate for the fact that none of my poems are as short as I proclaimed they would be, even though they are shorter, I just decided, you know what, this one poem is gonna have to suffer. And no, I didn't make it short just for the sake of saving time. I made it short for a different reason. It was a choice. Like, a choice that works well for the poem. Close to finishing him, huh?
It's rare to hear you laugh, so I was wondering what the book was about.
I see. So you wish to learn about the book. You won't know by the title alone, but the genre is.
Patiently awaits. Something patiently awaits. Limbopia? Umbopia? Something patiently awaits. Hang on. Oh, it can be short. Tatsuki's height. The call out. And speaking of another thing that I wanted to point out, remember how for 2 poems I was like, hey, I've written about this topic before, I'm just gonna copy and paste. And send the same poem again in that case. Well, I did do essentially that, but I decided instead of just a plain copy and paste, I'm gonna add a little bit of flavor in there. The text is gonna be entirely the same, but I decided to do a few little slight changes. I don't know. Nothing major, just so it's not a full copy-paste, even though it is. Added some garlic, yes. Added some garlic, yeah, needed some more spice.
Fantastique.
Fantastique?
It's not a major genre, so there's no need to be ashamed if you haven't heard of it. The definition of fantastique is up for debate, but the ones I prefer to read are the ones with ghosts and demons. Stories of mythic worlds that cannot exist within our grasp of the laws of nature.
Ghosts can't exist within our grasp of the laws of nature? Vivia, you can sense the presence behind me, or next to me I should say. I know you can. Why are you saying ghosts cannot exist? Plus your entire forte! Dude! Dude, seriously! You're not fooling anyone here.
That doesn't sound interesting at all.
Delicious. I meant to confuse my teacher, yes.
I guess it's kinda like how people who obsess over music end up listening to stuff regular people can't comprehend.
Well, I can lend it to you if you're interested.
Not sure if Yuma's all that interested, but we'll see. Yes, please. I'll pass. Judging by Yuma's reaction, he isn't too thrilled about reading it, so should we just be upfront and say no? No, Rob wants me to take it. Okay, yes, please then.
Yes, please.
You're so kind, Yuma. But it's alright. I can tell you're not interested at all.
That's not true. Hang on, I should tell him directly.
See?
I'm sorry.
Told you we
I
should say
think I'll
no,
pass.
judging by the reaction Yuma had.
No need to feel bad about it. I figured the odds of you saying no were 99%. Besides, this book isn't widely read in the first place.
You gotta read it for Vivia. When someone shares their very niche fandom with you, and they were talking about it super excitedly, and we even asked him a question about it, and then we just say, actually no, screw it. I know Vivia says he's fine with it, but that still has to sting a little bit, right? That still has to sting.
Still, that surprises me.
What does? Me reading the Fantastique?
Well, it's more like I didn't expect a detective to be reading stuff like that.
What? Yuma, you don't believe in the supernatural or something? What is wrong with you? Look next to yourself, look to your left.
How do I put this? I thought detectives would read more logical stuff. Doesn't it feel weird to read something that's not realistic?
Reading just makes me feel sick, period.
No. I actually prefer stories where logic can't be used to explain it away.
I see.
If you think that illogical stories feel strange,
Yes?
perhaps you believe all mysteries must be solved.
Oh, yes, he does in fact believe that, because he's number 1. And number 1 is all for solving all unsolved mysteries.
All mysteries must be solved. I never really thought about it, but maybe you're right. You don't feel the same way, Vivia?
I believe some mysteries should never be solved.
Yeah, he revealed that to us in the final chapter. Oh well, second to last chapter, I
For
should say.
example, UFOs and other supernatural phenomena.
UFOs are not inherently supernatural. It's just an unidentified flying object. If Chad throws something at me and I don't immediately see what it is an unidentified flying object by definition. Until it hits my head and lands on the ground. at which point it's no longer flying. You know, I should have... Thank you for demonstrating, Rob. That last one was a banana, I saw that one. I didn't see what hit me in the left side of the head. So that was an unidentified flying object. I mean, I think the second thing was a rubber ducky, but the one before that. Was it a tennis ball? Might have been. Felt like it, kind of.
Many people harbor their dreams and fantasies in those mysteries, so shattering them is simply cruel. Besides...
Gotta redo. No, you don't have to.
Besides?
Ow. Rob, I get it. Okay. Yeah, and Felicia, tragic, comedy, and comedic tragedy. Two opposite nations. Interesting. That does sound interesting.
Memories from our childhood are not all beautiful. However, there is no doubt they are innocent. If there is a river of time, its water is horribly murky.
There he goes again. I'm sure it's something he doesn't want to talk about.
Sure.
Why would he think that way if he believes not all mysteries should be solved?
Yeah, an identified UFO is an FO.
Maybe that's where his secret lies.
And if it's already landed by the time you have identified it, then it's just an O.
Master, you and Vivia seem to have grown even closer.
Alright, final one. Gab with Vivia, Volume 5. Let's see what Vivia's final Gumshoe Gab has in store. What could this be about? It's the big finale, this better be fun. We better be having a lot of fun with Vivia on this. Hello.
What's wrong, Vivia? Were you reading Fantastique again?
No, it's a mystery this time. I think these are nice once in a while.
Ow. I like reading some mystery stuff, especially visual novels. You know, like Danganronpa. Very fun. Danganronpa is very, very good. I can only recommend it.
Oh, so you read those too?
I guess it doesn't fit me.
It is a bit of a cliche for a detective
welcome back,
to read
Spinner.
mystery novels. So you haven't read the genre in a while. What's this one about?
Well, what could it be, Vivia?
Well-
Why don't you tell me?
I suppose I'd feel comfortable telling you.
Go on.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
If it's a reference, I'm gonna be happy.
The protagonist is an earnest rookie detective. He began his investigation after receiving a request from a certain girl. Her mother died under suspicious
Okay, I don't think I will get the reference. Jesus. Anyway, call it an opposing flying object. Because, oh no, code, dodge. I did not dodge because I didn't read in time. The big sad. Dying under such circumstances.
Who killed the girl's mother and why?
Investigation update? I'm not sure.
The rookie detective continues his desperate investigation. He seeks the truth, all for the sake of this girl. But the truth that awaits him is cruel.
We seek the truth for the sake of a girl, and the truth is cruel. Oh no.
For the girl murdered her own mother.
Oh.
Wow, what a twist!
The girl may not have meant any harm, but her actions unintentionally caused her mother's
Ooh.
horrible death.
Maybe the clone of her mother. No, sadly not this time.
It was a tragic accident.
Ah, so it's soon. The Genshin update is soon. We'll see. Maybe I'll play it soon after. When I do play the Genshin update... Quick question. When I do get to the Genshin update, do you want me to focus on the new, like, main story first? Or do you want me to wrap up the character story that I started first? Like, wrap up Rivesley's story and then go back to the main story? Because I feel like I could go either way.
The rookie detective didn't know if it was right to solve this mystery. What was the point in exposing this cruel
I think I'll
truth
finish
to the
off Rivesley
public?
first in that case.
Under a standard set of values, one would keep it a secret and remain quiet. There would be no benefit to telling the innocent girl she was the cause of her mother's death. However, the girl wanted that mystery to be solved with all her heart.
So you have to break her heart and tell her, girl, you done fucked up.
Not knowing
so
she
epic.
was the culprit.
You
all
better not
along.
tell me too much about it, because I want to see it myself.
Should we reveal the truth to those who seek it? No matter how cruel it may be,
Yes!
would you say
For we
lies
are
made from
detectives, and it's our
kindness
job.
Are truly kind? What do you think the rookie detective did in the end? Or rather, what would you have done, Yuma?
Me?
Solve the mystery. Wouldn't have solved the mystery, I'm not sure. Solve the mystery!
I think I would have solved
Very
the
nice, and
mystery.
that is a massive spoiler. How could you say that?
I see.
What did the rookie do in the end?
Well, human cells will always replace one another. The old vanishes, and in time, the new turns old. Considering that, am I the same person at birth as I am at death?
Well, kind of still, yeah, but technically, yeah, everything in your body has been replaced
You go
over
again,
time.
trying to muddy the waters. Are you saying I should just read it myself?
Well, who knows?
You told me pretty much the whole thing, but kept the conclusion a secret. Wait, that book's story, is it about you, Vivia?
Oh?
Why do you say that?
Oh, big reveal here. Hang on. I saw the FNAF movie. Everyone was in cosplay, and they clapped when Redacted and my dad was weirded out. Interesting. Interesting. Also, yeah, I watched the FNAF movie too. It was very interesting. Though, the movie theater wasn't that full when I watched it, and honestly, there weren't too many people that were super into it, I think. But when a certain person showed up at in one restaurant scene, that was definitely very interesting. Also, Tormuse, welcome back. River of Theseus? What?
It's something you mentioned before.
What are you talking about now?
Not all mysteries should be solved. Maybe it's your personal experience that led you to believe that.
Also, I know that Markiplier was originally planned to be in the movie as well, but sadly, he couldn't make it for the shoot because he was busy filming Iron Lung. Very, very tragic. Would have loved to see the King of FNAF in the FNAF movie.
Your deduction makes sense, but I'm not sure myself.
Please don't dodge the subject.
I told you, didn't I? I don't think all mysteries should be solved.
Well, I think they should be, because I am a detective.
Whether
And it's
the
my
story
job.
I told you now is from a book or my life, it doesn't change a thing. Anyway, I'm off to explore another world inside a book.
So, which is it? If that's what Vivia's been through, why tell me about it? Maybe in his own way, he wants me to understand him. That would be nice if it's true. Maybe this is an unsolvable mystery.
Master,
shit.
you and Vivia have forged the ultimate bond together.
Yes!
Good for you, Master. I'm happy for you.
The ultimate bond has been achieved. Have a headache? Well, you are already drinking tea, which is something that can help. Hope it's nothing too bad. Yeah, gross, yep. Here. Is the thought experiment where they talk about an old book being replaced? Oh, that! Right. And when everything is replaced, is it still the same ship? You know what? Yeah, that is... Yeah, I've heard of that thought experiment. I just didn't recognize the name. But I have heard of it. And yes, it is the first time we have achieved an ultimate bond with anyone. And now we're back with Chief Yakou, who is very different from the other Master Detectives, and not just because he doesn't have a forte. Same thing with the replacement of cells in the human body. Yeah, true.
Chief,
Yes, Rob, you are
what made you want to
correct.
become a detective?
Huh? That came out of nowhere.
I'd understand it if you had special powers like everyone else, but you're not like them. So I want to know what made you decide to be a detective.
I see. Well, you could say something encouraged me, but it's not very interesting.
I still want to
As
know.
a kid,
Tell
I
me,
was
Chief.
basically Watson.
Like a detective's assistant?
Back in high school, I worked as a part-timer at a small detective agency. But obviously, I never got to do any exciting stuff like investigate murders. All I did was find lost pets and cheating spouses.
That's still detective work. Becoming part of the boat when they were attached. Yeah, but I heard an experiment like that. You can also expand upon it. What if, after the entire boat has been replaced, someone took all the old parts that were replaced and put them all together to rebuild the boat out of its original parts? Then you have the same boat twice. Which one would then be the original? That is a question, isn't it? The person always stays the same. True, Spinner.
So exactly what the Nocturnal Detective Agency was doing before we showed up.
Yeah, that's right.
Interesting question? Why, of course it is. Also, Zombie, hello! Welcome, how are you today?
But one time, I was involved in the real deal. I took part in an investigation of a murder case. Though I was a kid at the time, so I couldn't do much.
Welcome to the free time events with all our favorite Master Detectives.
The detective there was just some slovenly old guy, but
We already
he
done with
solved
the
that
story
case
after
like
all.
Holmes would have. I sure looked up to him after that.
So that's why he strove to become a detective.
If I didn't have an admiration for detectives, or if I had never taken that part-time job at the agency, I wouldn't have become one.
So you want to hear? Well, let's start with the bad news so we can end on a lighter note. So tell me the bad news first, Zombie. Stop being a part of the boat still.
Chief looks kinda sad.
Do you regret it? That is sometimes a thing. Some detectives, as we've learned with Danganronpa, sometimes detectives are a little bit afraid of revealing the truth because sometimes people do bad things for good reasons.
Do you regret it?
You mean regret being a detective?
Yeah. You looked real sad all of a sudden.
Regarding the person, I think what's important is the person's mind, memories, and personality. True. That is true, Tormund. That is the most valid point in terms of a person. But of course, you can't bring that same logic to objects, where you replace something piece by piece and then put the pieces back together to create basically the same thing from the original pieces. Then you couldn't bring that logic into it. But yes, with a person, obviously. Plus, you can't really rebuild a person like that either. Had to take down my game from numerous grammar issues and oversights. Well, I hope you'll be able to fix them and then put it back up.
Well, I had to deal with a bunch of troublesome stuff after I became a detective.
It's temporary, and when it comes back, I'll be posting captain. Ooh, nice. So you're making progress. Build a person like that, they'd be a mindless zombie. Yes, true.
There have been times I wished I'd never taken this path. But there's also happiness I never would have experienced had I not become one. A lot of people I never would have met, too. Like you guys, for example.
Chief.
I know. Let's go out and eat sometime.
Yeah, but please not meat buns. At this point of the story, you don't know what's in them yet.
You know, talking about the past sure made me want a drink. You should join me.
Does that mean you're buying?
You better hurry up and get ready before I leave you behind.
He's not answering.
Why did you ignore my question? Well, after losing my memories, I'm glad it was everyone here I ended up meeting.
About zombie duplicates of people. If only a story like that existed. Yeah, I get it. I get the joke.
Wait, the chief said he doesn't regret being a detective, but why did he look so sad? Maybe I misinterpreted.
Master, you and Yakou seem to have
zombies
grown
of
even
these years.
closer together.
Alright, we grew closer with the chief. Of the fake chief. Final Gab with Yakou. And then we have to pick the next character. Who do you want to see of the remaining 3 detectives? We have Desuhiko, our resident pervert. We have Halara, Mrs. I want all of your money. And we have Fubuki, Mrs. I don't have a brain.
Jeez. Things have been getting troubling lately. Yuma, you got anything to share that could cheer me up?
Huh? I don't know what to say when I'm put on the spot like that.
How are things going with you and Kurumi? I want you to pull on my heartstrings with stories of young love.
Ah, he knows. The couple.
There's nothing like that between us.
Oh, but there is Yuma, don't deny it.
It's not like I like her or anything.
Baka? Yuma, the ultimate tsundere.
Uh-huh. You're just not being honest with yourself.
What about you, Chief? From the looks of things, you appear to be single.
Soon, Yuma.
I thought you said you
Very
used to be
soon
pretty
indeed.
popular.
Sure was. Back in my prime, I went way beyond 3 and 4 timing. Everybody was head over heels for me.
Sure they were, Yakou, sure.
You sure about that?
Nah, I seriously doubt it.
They'd all be fighting for my attention whenever I got a minute of free time. Oh, and they'd get so jealous if they found out they weren't my one and only. It was adorable.
Yeah,
They were
sure.
like
I believe
cute
every
little
word you're
kittens,
saying,
The way
Yuma.
they come up to me wanting
Yakou.
a drink.
Huh? Wanting a drink? Wait a minute.
So they were using him, is that it? It's fantasy. Hostesses.
You're referring to a hostess club. The women all worked there, didn't they?
What? No.
Caught him. Called him
admitted
out.
They were all asking you for drinks.
Crap.
Chief, you don't need to put on airs like that. You're not a kid anymore.
I'm sorry. The truth is, I wasn't popular at all.
Yakou, lying to number 1 like that will get you nowhere.
Why would you lie about that?
Well, Yuma, just remember one thing.
Huh? What?
I'm speaking here as a man with much more life experience, not as your chief. If you fall in love with a woman, you have to protect her, no matter what.
Oh, that hurts coming from Yakou, because I know he failed to do that. We know he was in a relationship, and we know exactly what happened to his love, to the love of his life.
That, and that alone, is why men are made to be men.
Huh? Sure.
And we know exactly what he does to avenge her.
What's up with Fuzzhead? He looks so serious.
I'll keep that in mind, but what's gotten into you all of a sudden?
Well, I stopped visiting the girl I liked for a while when I was broke.
Sure.
I found out she quit and went back home.
Sure, Yakou. Sure. You're not a good liar.
People only realize how important something is after they've lost it.
I don't quite understand. I can't tell if he's being serious or not. He laughed it off at the end, but I could tell that story was important to him.
Yeah, very important. Important enough to kill for it.
I'll keep what he said in mind.
Master, you and Yakou have forged the ultimate bond together.
Number
Good for you,
2!
Master. I'm happy for you.
Alright. Throw out your preferences now. Who do we go for next? The choices are Halara Nightmare, Desuhiko Thunderbolt, and Fubuki Clockford. First name to get dropped in chat wins. Who murdered? Yeah. Murdered in some kind of experiment run by a famous scientist. So, yeah, very, very tragic. Have no dog in this fight. I mean, that's fair. Ooh, is it gonna be? Maybe Rob has something to say, but Rob is probably still gone because of the BRB. Which leaves maybe Spinne, if Spinne's still here. Nobody says anything, I guess I'll just go with Halara because she's the one we've made the most progress with. So we might as well wrap her up. Yeah, what? Halara. Yeah, okay, we'll go for her. Her or him. Did they ever use any pronouns for Halara? I think they only ever called them by name. Because she never told us exactly what she identifies as. Like, ever. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure Halara was only ever referred to by name. Never any pronouns, unless they did use they at some point. So I keep dropping in and stuff. I mean, that's fair. Let's talk to the person who wants all of our money. Because, true. Halara does look more feminine. Generally. And her voice is more feminine, too. There she is. Or he. Or they.
This is medicine for the soul.
What are you doing, Halara?
Hello.
I could ask you the same thing.
The chief asked me to do some shopping. I just happened to see you, Halara. Why are you staring at cat pictures in the dark?
Right, I forgot that she likes cat pictures. That was brought up like once in the beginning. I really did almost forgot. And no, I have not watched Eminence in Shadow. I'm sorry.
You were watching?
Definitely sounds female. I agree.
Wow, you really were looking at cat photos.
That was a bluff? You of all people?
No. But I have seen you looking at cat photos before. Do you own a cat or something?
Maybe she does, but just looking at cat pictures is already enough to bring a smile to people's faces. I would know.
No, this is just a photo of a cute cat. I find it calming, so I carry it with me.
Oh, really?
What? You look like you have something to say.
No, it's nothing like that. I'm just happy to see a human side of you.
Yeah, because all I know about you is that you like money.
I didn't expect you to be a cat lover.
You mother
That's not
trickster.
surprising. I know full well it doesn't fit my image, so I hide my affection for cats. I hope you understand you are not to tell anyone about this.
Right,
Can you pay me if I keep it a secret? Let's turn this around on her. Let's turn Halara's whole thing around and let us be the one demanding money.
But why do you like cats so much?
It's none of your concern.
But you don't want me to tell anyone, right?
Is that a threat? You're really threatening me?
Oh shit. We're gonna die.
That's not what I meant.
You've grown braver since the day I met you.
Only if you revoke my death. Exactly. There you go, Rob. That's the kind of thing we need.
The reason why I like cats isn't a simple subject. What do you think is the best thing about cats?
They're cute. They're definitely more independent pets than dogs.
Huh? The best thing?
And they're lovely little assholes. Fluffy, cute shape, their freedom. I'm gonna say the freedom because, as I said already, they're definitely a more independent form of pet. Catch you later. I'm head out. Figured I'd update you on my game and say hello. All right, thank you. I'll see you around. Catch you later, indeed.
How free they are?
It's true that cats are free to do as they please. Cats behave freely with elegance. You could say they embody freedom. There are some who would call them selfish, but those words don't hold weight. Those who criticize cats are nothing but marionettes shaped like humans.
Damn! Yeah, true, I agree. Anyone who hates cats does not deserve to be called human.
I see.
But the freedom-loving nature of cats being their most charming quality is still debatable.
Whatever they want, and it's cool. Yep.
I've never seen Halara contemplate something so seriously. What's the best thing about cats? Their most charming quality. It's hard to choose.
Oh, that, I mean, I love cats, but they're still assholes, exactly. Again, we agree, they are assholes. Everyone's fully aware.
Yes, exactly.
Huh?
There is no way to determine a cat's single greatest trait. The elements that comprise
Oh.
cats, the information they emit, all are equally valuable.
Okay, a true cat lover over here.
I see.
Moreover, I can list every charming quality cats have and discuss them in extreme detail. Let's begin with the obvious topics. For example, their fragrance.
This is bad. It's going into super obsessive territory.
No, I appreciate the cat talk. Can we keep going?
Maybe Halara is happy to finally talk to someone about cats, since this side is usually hidden.
You need to stop this soon, otherwise it'll never end.
But what's so bad about talking about cats?
If you like cats so much, have you ever wanted to own one yourself?
No, because she wouldn't have the time to take care of it properly, I would assume.
That's...
Huh? What's wrong?
Or even worse, she has an allergy. Either she won't get one because she knows she wouldn't have time to take care of it properly, or she legit has a cat allergy.
I'm allergic to cats.
Oh god, I got it right. Ah. Oh, the pain.
Oh.
For some reason, whenever I touch a cat, my skin becomes itchy. I've tried several times and it always happens.
Well, I mean... Aren't there special breeds for people who do have allergies? I have a mild allergy to cats, but I'll still pet them. That is the attitude to have. Yes. Wash my hands afterwards and don't touch my face. See? Problem solved. But yeah. I'm pretty sure that there are special breeds that are more friendly on people who have allergies.
Jeez. Who made me this way?
I see. It's a shame Halara is allergic to cats. To think a master detective has this sort of weakness. I can't help but feel
We have
sympathetic.
discovered her weakness, now to use it against her.
Master,
Pizza
you and
cats,
Halara
yeah.
seem to have grown even closer.
I guess the most fitting one would be, I mean, again, you can argue about how cute they are, but hairless cats are usually, like those hairless cats are usually Because it's usually the allergies are usually the hair is usually the main problem as far as I'm aware when it comes to allergies. But hairless cats aren't as cute anymore. Plus, I don't know, looking at them makes me feel bad for them. Let's make her allergy act up. Maybe she will forgive. Maybe she will revoke our debt if we give her a cat like that. Oh, here we go again.
You haven't told anyone about that thing, have you?
Oh, whatever could you be talking about, Halara?
Huh? What thing?
My adoration for cats. And my cat allergies.
I haven't told anyone. We made a promise.
You
Yeah, and I
better
didn't
be
charge
telling
you
the
for it.
truth.
It is true. Alara, you should trust me more.
You know I don't trust humans.
But you trust
have
cats.
said that before.
Do you trust homunculi by any chance?
Why are you so mistrusting? There's no way you being a detective fully explains it.
That's none of your concern.
But I'd like to know if there's a reason why.
I'm not telling.
Alara
Well,
is
even
so
if you don't tell me
stubborn.
now, I can still hang out with you,
I
with
still
you
have
one
a
more
card I
time.
can play.
Oh. Threaten with brute strength. Ah, yes. That totally works. Threaten with cooking. Well, I mean, our cooking is pretty bad. But we know her weakness. It's time to weaponize it. It's time to weaponize the weakness. I will threaten... This is one of those moments of threatening her with a good time. I will threaten you with a good time. Let's
But
go.
You don't want me to tell anyone about the cat thing, right?
Weaponized cats. Yes.
Is that a threat?
I'm joking. I want to know as much as I can about my coworkers here at the agency. But I'm not going to force you to say something if you don't want to.
Fine. As long as you
Oh?
continue keeping quiet about the cats, I will tell you.
Are you sure?
It's nothing interesting, mind you. When I was young, I didn't suspect others like I do today. You could say I was pure and
You might.
innocent.
Yeah, he would be.
I never doubted what people told me. Whenever someone lied, I thought they had no other choice. I truly believed that.
A pure and innocent Halara? I can't even begin to imagine it.
Something made me change during middle school. My parents were caught in a scam.
Ah, stupid parents
It was
then,
a common investment scam where they thought they were investing in stocks. Fortunately, it didn't bring total financial ruin to our family. However,
Is
this
that
led
also
to
why
my
she's so
father
obsessed with
becoming
money now?
Utterly depressed, and his relationship with my mother suffered,
Is that the main reason why she's obsessed with money? It might be.
which resulted in a so-called broken home.
I see.
Are you disappointed by this boring story?
No, it's not that.
Well, the event itself isn't important. What matters is the culprit.
The culprit? Was the culprit a relative?
No, that's not it. The culprit who scammed my parents
Oh, here we go.
was my best friend.
Ouch. Okay. Yeah, that would break your trust.
What? But didn't you say this happened when you were in middle school?
That's correct. In that sense, my friend was a precocious con artist. My so-called friend used clever ploys to extract information from me, then used it to scam my parents.
Yeah, that is one hell of a backstab. Ow.
In the end, I was the one who destroyed our family. It was my fault.
I don't think that's the case, Halara.
No. It was the direct result of my overly optimistic outlook on life. Once it was all over, I made my decision. People will always betray other people. Humans are not to be trusted. I chose to never believe in another person again.
You know, like in general, that's not such a bad thing to start out with, but you can trust people as you get to know them more. But I totally understand not trusting people instantly. Like, generally, yeah, it's right, the human species sucks ass. It's true. In general, but that doesn't mean everyone is horrible.
So that's Halara's origin story.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize it'd be this serious. I shouldn't have threatened you like that, even jokingly.
Don't look at me like that. It may be a bitter memory, but learning what I value as a detective at such an early age is for my own good.
Humans suck more than just ass. True, I guess. And you can also mean that in a lewd way, in which case, wow, please, not during November.
We can't expect innate goodness from those we interact with daily. That is simply impossible. Because of that experience, I'm unfazed when I see one person betraying another.
Halara is shrugging it off like some joke. That profile, that face seems to feel nothing. But I think there's melancholy and sorrow in that expression.
Master, you and Halara seem to have grown even closer.
Yep, and we have to grow closer yet still. So, Johnny, everyone needs to go through figuring out how much you can trust people. Yeah, very true. Again, I feel like starting out starting out, you really shouldn't. Like, if you meet someone for the first time, it's always best to keep your guard up at least a little bit. Maybe if you get introduced to someone because of a mutual friend, then you can have your guard down slightly, like have some level of initial trust. But don't ever
Halara
trust
asked
someone when
for
you
me,
first
so
meet
I'm
them,
at the
is
cafe.
what I think.
Halara? Did you want something from me?
Do you really have to ask? It's about your debt, obviously.
Oh shit.
Well, how do you plan on paying me back?
So we are talking about that finally, huh? Oh, fun. How much do we owe her again at this point? I don't remember the exact amount. I just know it's a lot.
Sorry.
Well, you can't do anything but apologize.
It appears you have no repayment plan in place. If you don't change that soon, I will consider implementing interest.
Oh god, anything but that.
Please don't.
Then you better come up with a plan to pay me back.
Although we should really be able to afford it, because we are number one.
Alright. But if all you wanted to talk about was my debt, why'd you invite me here? We could have gone over it at the agency.
I don't want you to grow accustomed to owing me.
Pay her back with Cat.
People lose their sense of urgency in paying back debts when complacent. That's why I'm reminding you right now.
And I'm guessing I have to pay for food this time, and for the drinks.
I see. It's not my place to say since I'm the one in debt here, but don't you make enough money as a detective, Halara? You're always trying to make more. What do you need all that money for anyway?
I suppose I can tell you.
Oh shit, okay, how much is it gonna cost for you to tell us?
Huh?
If I continue to save at this rate, I will be able to create a program in about 6 years.
Okay, what kind of
That is
program?
what the money is for.
What kind though?
A program?
A program that will save 30% of all cats around the world experiencing hardship.
Ah. Alright, Yuma, aka number one, use all the funds you've earned from your detective agency to direct it towards that program right now. Increase that percentage as much as possible, just 30% is too low.
What? Oh, that caught me so off guard that I don't know what to say. You want to start a charity?
Then again, maybe this is also a lesson in trust, because she told us that, you know, humans can't be trusted.
No, not a charity. This is all for my personal satisfaction. Cats provide a healing experience, so I want to give back to them in some way. That's all.
That's amazing! How wonderful!
Enough. As I said, this is all for my personal satisfaction.
Yeah, sure.
I don't want to hear your praise for it.
Oh, but if it's so important, why did you tell me? I didn't even threaten you or anything.
Not yet.
Yes, about that. I'm sure you already know this, but a detective can lose their life at any moment.
Oh, so you're trying to tell us, hey, by the way, if I die, Yuma, this is on you.
Yeah, you did teach me that.
To hear this more. But be careful who you give money to. An incident where a prominent member was asking money. Turned out to be fraudulent purposes. Ah, that's a yikes. Again, yeah, trusting people is very, especially with money. Trusting people for their word on regular things can backfire a little bit, but trusting people with money, that can definitely lead to even more problems.
So if I were to die,
Especially if it's online
I want
people you don't
to
even
carry
know.
out this plan for me.
But then again, especially when someone set up as like a prominent member, then it's... Even if you don't know that person, you're gonna think like, oh, well, this person is well known. Everyone seems to agree that they are an alright person, so I can trust them without looking into them too much myself. And that is also a bit scary. Like, the moment someone is more well known, for some reason, people are more inclined to trust them immediately. And yeah. Should name the individual. All I'm saying is be careful. Absolutely. It's always best to be careful.
I've been thinking it over for a while. I figured this was a good time to tell you.
Huh? Why me, though?
I'm not sure myself. Why do you think?
As I forgot about it. But anyways. For my sake. You know, you could turn it into the other triple N. Instead of participating in No Nut November, you could have said, you know what, if I lost on day 1, I'm gonna participate in Non-Stop Nut November instead. For those who want to do that. The reason Halara told me we both like cats, I mean, is she saying I am trustworthy? Maybe. She doesn't trust people, but maybe I'm an exception. Is that what's going on? We never outright said that we like cats. And definitely it's not to replace the dead. So I'm gonna say this.
Could it be that it's because you trust me? I hope I'm not assuming too much there.
Incorrect. No matter who it is,
Okay.
I will not trust any
So it
human.
was the first one. It is that we both like cats.
So it is not accurate to say I trust you.
I see.
However, I wouldn't mind being betrayed by you. Or rather, I would accept a betrayal at your hands.
Oh.
Huh? Isn't that practically the same as trusting me?
In my mind, it's entirely different. I don't trust you.
Okay. But the way you said you wouldn't mind if I betrayed you,
That is interesting.
that makes me way happier than if you just said you trusted me.
Anyway, we were discussing something else. You will pay your debt to me in full.
Triple N last 11 months. May as well take a big break. Damn, okay.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry. Oh?
Master, you and Halara have forged the ultimate bond together. Good for you, Master. I'm happy for you.
And there we go. Experience mental attack, D8 damage. Alright, that leaves 2 characters left. Fubuki or Desuhiko. Who do we save for last? Who do we do next? We could do Fubuki right now, and then do the final character who we haven't hung out with even once. Leave Fubuki for last? Okay, I guess we're leaving Fubuki for last. Desuhiko it is. It's gonna be pure chaos? Okay, fair. Then it's time for Desuhiko. Gab number 1. Hope you're ready. For one horny motherfucker in November. Oh boy. What could he possibly say? Time for our inner horny. We must defeat the horny. Kurumi, fuck you, Master. We formed the ultimate bond with her during the regular story. Is it November for them too or something? Because Desuhiko looks like he's suffering.
Such an over-exaggerated sigh. What's wrong?
Jeez. Why did you have to be a dude?
Who?
Huh? That was unexpected.
Wait, me? You talking about humor right now? Are you saying if your man was a girl, you would smash?
I had such high hopes, you know. When the chief said he was bringing one more in, I was hoping for a bright young
again,
cutie.
Desuhiko.
And as she saw my incredible heroic
Damn.
feats, little by little, we'd fall in love.
It is silly, it is true. It is true, but you know what? I figured I might as well try to participate at least once. Properly. But Smash female humor? Desuhiko said the same essentially. In fact, we were disguised as someone else, but as we were disguised as someone else, he literally told us he would fuck us right then and there if we allowed him to. And we just decided to move on with our day and pretend that never happened.
It'd blossom into a secret inter-office romance. Oh, nice and sexy. But instead, the chief brought in some dirty kid with amnesia. All my high hopes were for nothing.
You're pretty much a little kid yourself.
Desuhiko, you have no one to blame but yourself for that.
What? As a dude, anyone would have some hope.
Hope, you say? Why not despair? Is it going back to Danganronpa? Damn it, the Danganronpa franchise has completely ruined the words hope and despair for me.
That's how dudes are. It's as common as not washing your hands after using the bathroom.
What the fuck, Desuhiko? What the actual fuck? We held hands with you while changing clothes. You're telling me you don't wash your hands? Absolutely disgusting. Yeah, that's number one to you indeed.
But I wash my hands.
Ugh. I hate this. You toyed with my innocent heart.
Huh? Wait, you're seriously sulking about this?
Why would I not be serious about this? I'm dead serious in my sulking.
I hate it here.
This is a bit much. I thought he was half joking. I didn't think he was completely serious.
He'll be a pain in the ass if he keeps on like this. Maybe you should do something to cheer him up.
Ah yes, what should we do to cheer up the horny individual? Give him a bro job?
But what should I do?
Actually, we're not even his bro. Actually, no, he does consider us his bro. Or his man, as he said. My man. What should I do indeed? How about I cook something? No. I don't think workplace relationships are a good idea. Get it. How about me? This is a bad answer, but I'll have to go for it. I need to know what he thinks. It helps us. It helps us. Addiction is bad. Addiction is bad, true, but those who seriously are addicted, I don't know if they would even try to participate. Gender roles are dumb to begin with, but turning hand washing into a gender thing is even more dumb. Absolutely true. Right, how about me?
How about me?
What are you even talking about? Of course not.
Okay. So, dude is very straight. Very straight. Except when we are disguised as a girl. Because Actually, even then it would count as straight, because Desuhiko's disguise ability is 100% accurate down to every last detail, even the vocal cords and everything, right? So technically, if we were disguised as a girl through Desuhiko's ability, it would be straight if he was attracted, because... I mean, I'm just assuming, we never actually saw what was going on down there, but you know what I mean. Desuhiko, yep.
I guess not. Well, in that case... You know, I don't think it's a good idea to get into a relationship with someone from work to begin with.
What? Come on.
He's attracted to him
Get off
as a
your
girl,
high horse
true.
already.
Well, dating in the workplace is one thing, but I also think you're not fit to be in any relationship.
Oh, call him out.
What? No one knows how girls think better than me. Do you know how much I think about girls every single day?
That's not what I meant. Desuhiko, I don't know if a ladies' man like yourself could remain in a relationship with just one girl.
Yeah, nice way to word it, buddy. Let me once again remind you, this is the dude we chose to sneak into an all-girls school with us.
So I figured you should
No
refrain
surprise
from
there.
that stuff, you know?
No surprise there. We gave him the trap experience. Yes, we did. You're attracted to girls.
Huh?
Yeah. Female you isn't actually female you. Damn. Very sad traps.
Considering how
But the fact that you
attractive
know
are,
this.
I'm sure you're better off having lots of fans. I think it fits you way better anyway. Did it work?
Did it work?
Yeah, I see. Now that you mention it, maybe you're right. I'm not that kind of guy, but I totally get that you'd see me that way. You know what? You're a good kid. Hey, let me know if the others pick on you.
67 entries,
I'll
yeah.
come to
fair.
your rescue.
Again, the game isn't that widely known yet, I think. Not widely known enough, even though it should be.
Sure, thanks. I guess we sorted that out. But I wonder if I can really get along with him.
Master, you and Desuhiko seem to have grown closer.
Also, Desuhiko is totally gonna ask us about Kurumi at some point, right? If Chief Yakou asked us about Kurumi, you know someone like Desuhiko would also ask. Probably even in the second one. It's called Are Traps Gay? Just for the use of the word trap. I don't know why that would require an apology. I mean, I guess there are some people who think the word trap is offensive for some reason. I don't see why. But then again, there are also people who think the term blind playthrough is offensive.
I'm back!
So everyone will think everything is offensive at some point. Also, Desuhiko disguises Chief Yakou again. Why?
Huh? Are you here alone, Chief?
Used as an insult for trans people? Okay, I see. I have never used that word as an insult. And this is the first time I'm hearing that. But okay then, sure.
Yeah, Halara and Desuhiko were here a bit ago. When I got here, they just up and left. I'm sure they're gambling again. Never mind them. Yuma?
Yes? What is it?
What do you think of Desuhiko?
Yeah, he's totally probing us right now. Desuhiko, I know it's you.
Why do you
I
ask?
see it used as an insult in many contexts for years. Interesting. Then I guess I've just been hanging out in very different circles from you. Because again, I was unaware that this word was also being used as an insult. I have only ever heard it to describe anime characters that look feminine, but are revealed to be dudes. That is all I've ever heard the word used for.
No reason. I'm curious about what you think of him. It's no big deal or anything. I just want to know.
You know, people like Felix from ReZero. Or Astolfo, as been mentioned earlier.
would you even wonder about it?
Don't sweat the details. Just tell me what you think of Desuhiko.
What I think of Desuhiko?
He's been a great member. He clowns around. I don't like him. we have to compliment him, I guess. He's a great mentor is what that says, not member. I don't know about that one. This one is kind of honest. I'll go with a kind of honest one here. That doesn't seem like a straight up
clown
insult.
around sometimes.
Clown?
He gets easily carried away with stuff. His tendency to not take things seriously might be off-putting to some people.
So that's how you feel.
Wait a minute. That reaction. I misspoke. To tell you the truth, I think he's been a great mentor to me here at the
Dude,
agency.
why just straight up lie to him like that? Why must you lie?
He's easy to talk to, and he's considerate in subtle ways. He's rather kind-hearted too.
Oh, I see. What else?
His reaction. Now I know for sure. You're Desuhiko, aren't you?
Huh? You knew?
I mean, yeah.
It's no fun at all.
I knew it.
Some contexts I've seen it
You're
used
pretty good at
to
seeing through my disguise.
trying to trap heterosexual men into being attracted to a woman who isn't cisgender. Okay, I see. I mean, I see how it can be used as an insult in that context. I've just never done that. But okay, I see. But you know what? While I can see that, I think we can at the very, very least agree that the term blind playthrough being offensive will always be complete bullshit. Nobody ever would call the term blind playthrough would truly consider that to be offensive, right? That's the one thing we can agree on where people were being stupid in the past.
I wouldn't have known if you hadn't given yourself away.
Made it offensive? Why is it offensive? Listen. Alright, Twitch changed the tag system a while back where we can literally type in our own tags however we want, right? But before that, there were select tags that you had to pick from. The term blind playthrough has been a tag for the longest time, but Twitch then decided that they would remove the tag because it was, as they claimed, offensive to blind people. And they removed it. Now that we can type in our own tags, I can use the term blind playthrough again, but yeah. Absolute stupidity. So we all agree that's bullshit then. Yeah. But Twitch said that using the term blind playthrough for a first experience of a game is offensive to people who are actually blind. And they removed it. Which, again, I don't understand the entire decision, but yeah. Yeah, honestly, why would they care?
But why are you in disguise anyway?
Huh? You still don't realize it?
Testing?
That's a test to see if you're worthy of being my apprentice.
An apprentice? My master?
Concluding this impartial examination. Congratulations, you passed! Feel free to weep with joy. I'll be taking you under my wing.
I don't know if I want to be taken under Desuhiko's wing, honestly.
Huh? But I didn't... Why do you want me to be your apprentice?
There's only one reason. It'll make me look more like a star. In fact, it's a requirement for stardom.
It is?
That kind of thing, that's the kind of thing that sounds like someone is virtue signaling because they're saying, look at what a good person I am, helping out blind people. You know what? Exactly. That is exactly what I think was going on there too. I don't see how it would help anyone. I don't see how it would help anyone, pardon the unintentional pun, on blind people. But yeah, why? Of all the things you can get offended by, they chose such an innocent thing.
Yep, there's no mistake about it. Anyway, from here on out, I need you to work hard.
Desuhiko's apprentice. I don't get how that makes him look like a star, but I suppose it wouldn't be all that bad. It could be educational for me to learn from a detective firsthand.
Don't see how it offends them.
It might even help me remember my powers.
You actually want to do this?
I guess we're working with him
I don't
now.
mind being your apprentice, Desuhiko. It'll help me learn how to be a detective too.
Huh? You thought I meant it as a detective thing?
No, he meant as in picking up girls,
Huh?
right?
What are you talking about?
I was gonna train you to become a star. Not the ABCs of being a detective, but how to ooze charisma and charm. Stuff like that.
Sure.
Give it 6 months. With my training, you'll shine half as bright as me.
That's a downgrade. Because you're already not shining at all.
If that's the case, I think I'll pass.
Huh? You sure? You'll never get another chance like this.
Some self-described allies are too eager to pat themselves on the back for being such good allies rather than actually helping. Yeah. Yep. Too busy complimenting themselves for how good of a person they are to actually be a good person.
Yeah, but I think it's too good for me.
Really? Yeah, okay then.
Master, you and Desuhiko seem to have grown even closer.
How have we now? How we'll grow yet closer still. Don't you worry about that. Gap with Desuhiko. Volume 3. When's he gonna ask us about Kurumi? He has to at least once. That's just the kind of person Desuhiko is. I'm just waiting for it, you know? Oh, damn. Alright, Rolf, I see you.
Desuhiko took me to a rooftop.
Yeah, I see
High
that.
up feels fantastic. Makes you feel alive.
So why'd you call me up here?
But didn't I tell you?
Hey.
why?
No, you told me to shut up and follow along.
Sorry about that. I totally forgot.
Alright, so then explain.
Love
What are we
living
up
from
to?
here, so I wanted to share it with you, my man.
Is this the same view we had with Chief Yakou, or is it a different place? I think it might be different.
The view? Well, I guess it's not so bad, but it isn't exactly exciting either.
Yeah, it's not the best view in the world or anything. The reason why I love it up here is because it helps me envision my mission of becoming a star.
Really, no. Actually trying to get a gay video, yes. He's attracted to her as a woman. Again, yes. Yes, absolutely agree. 100%.
Your mission?
Yep. It's to completely capture the hearts of all the people I can see from here.
You know, if you want to really have a good view, you should go to Makoto's place. I've been there. See the tower in the background? All the way up there on the top floor. I've been there. It's very nice.
If I can't charm them all, then who am I to say I'm a star, you know?
I suppose that's normal to expect from a star, yeah?
Totally.
Traps
A
isn't
real
gay?
star
True,
could charm
yes.
100 or even 1,000 times more people.
Speaking of which, I've been wondering.
Oh man, trans. Again, Tormius, I 100% agree. That is not something that people should argue about, but for some reason some people still disagree with that. And I don't know why some people disagree with that. And then of course there are the accidental allies who will see that message and be like, yes, trans women aren't real men, trans women are women, because they don't understand what the term trans woman means. Gotta love those idiots. who think they are against trans people, but they're really shouting stuff that supports them.
Why do you want to be both a star and a detective at the same time?
Huh? Where did that come from?
Well, I figured detective
I like how
work
this
is done in
discussion has almost
shadows,
nothing to do with the
but a
game anymore
star
at this
kinda
point.
has to stand out and shine.
How do we even get on that topic? Oh, right, because Desuhiko found female Yuma attractive. Right, that's how we got there.
I just thought it's a weird combination.
I see. Well, I was planning on writing about it in my autobiography, but why not? I'll let you in on a little secret, my man.
Actors in the Tormuse tangent, sorry. Hey, I don't care. I don't mind Tormuse tangents. Sometimes it's nice to have a little bit more of a conversation about different topics. I mean, especially something that everyone can 100% agree with, or everyone should 100% agree with.
I have the feeling he was itching to talk about it.
Well, this is just a preference. Interesting. I mean, being called cis would be an accurate statement. That's just the term for it. But if you don't like the term, you can always just say, hey, could you maybe not use it for me personally? Even though it would be accurate. Unless you're saying that you aren't cis. What do I know?
So, the reason why I'm both a detective and a star.
Anyway, right, Desuhiko. Why is he both a detective and a star?
I should start with why I became a detective in the first place.
To pick up women.
Here's why. I had the talent for it.
Okay, also
That's
that.
rather short.
Yep, I've been handy since I was a kid. I was especially good at disguising myself. When I realized I'd make a good detective, it was smooth sailing from there.
But you didn't learn how to disguise yourself in school. How did you know you were good at it?
Oh, he did do it in school, probably. Might not have been the first time he snuck in somewhere to see some ladies.
You might not believe it, but I was a pretty gloomy kid with some real self-esteem issues.
What, you? Really?
I always wanted to become someone else, so I started making disguises.
Huh.
Though I figured I had the talent for it, I was surprised to see how well it went.
You as a gloomy kid? I can't even imagine.
Yeah, it is kind of hard to see.
And I say that, but it was honestly just the angst of growing up, that sort of stuff. It's not like I had a terrible past or anything, so don't worry about it.
Alright, okay. Because they're lifted from organic nomenclature lessons, high school chemistry classes. This means something to change sides. Yeah, I can see that. Honestly, I don't know why some people do see it as an insult. I mean, Rob said it's just a preference thing, but even Rob, you would agree. But even you, Rob, right? You would agree that nobody should ever see the term as an insult. So, yeah. Still, it's of course up to the people themselves if they like the term or not. That is totally understandable.
I get why you became a detective, but why do you also want to be a star?
Because he wants to pick up ladies.
Well, this all started while I was still training at the WDO. I was undercover as the singer of a band at a concert.
Oh, and the ladies were all over that singer, and so you were like, damn, I could be that person.
At the time, I wasn't interested in becoming a star or anything. But when I stood on stage, it was
With the homies like casual, yes, but only by the actual, like, people, only by certain people. The N-word can only be used by people of color. You can say that with the homies like casual, but the homies like casual only in, like, those circles. Or like if you have a homie who is a person of color and they're like, hey, here's an N-word pass for you. Like in that case, it's allowed, I think. If you have the approval of of a person who can use the word. Also, Desuhiko's dying now.
Huh? What's wrong?
Amazing! Oh, it felt so good!
Did you just nut? Dude, Desuhiko, it's November.
Oh,
It's
you weren't done.
November.
On that day, I decided to become a star. So I thought, next time, it'll be my
Desuhiko.
own skills that get me up here.
Well, he's free to dream whatever he wants.
A reclaimed slur. Slaves, but later when he reclaimed it as a message of solidarity against the slavers. There you go.
But you didn't quit being a detective to chase after your dream of becoming a star.
Of course not. Though the idea did cross my mind. But then I realized something. There's no need to choose. I can be both. A star gets everything he wants out of life.
Alright, Desuhiko with his
That's a
big
very Desuhiko
ambitions
thing to
still.
say.
But it wasn't all sunshine
Yeah,
and
context is always
rainbows.
important. Unlike with quotes, apparently, because people did like taking that stuff out of context.
I was getting barely any sleep, training as a star and working as a detective at the same time.
What kind of training?
You know, the usual. Singing, dancing, and... Anyway, my
And
man,
what
do
were you about
think
to
is
say
most
there?
important about being a star?
What were you about to say there? Huh? Huh? Desuhiko? Something you don't want me knowing?
Huh? What the heck is he talking about now?
Yeah, context. Usually black is spam.
I wonder what it could be.
Bring smile aura. Maybe aura? Or a winning
Your
smile?
aura?
Nice, you get it.
Alright, I did get it. Nice.
A real star is enveloped by a special aura. All day, every day. Anyone can tell from just a glance. That's why I was willing to sacrifice my sleep to develop that aura.
You really shouldn't
Training
sacrifice
to
your
develop
sleep.
an aura sounds kinda like something out of a comic book.
Day after day, I trained as both a detective and a star. Looking back now, it sure was tough. But thanks to that, I've become a superstar detective.
Of course, of
All that's
course.
left is for the world to realize my charm.
They never will.
I see.
Hey, what's with that reaction? After everything I've shared, nothing.
It's not as though I'm uninterested or anything. I was honestly impressed.
Huh?
If I had two things I wanted to be, I would have to give up on one of them.
I mean, you know what? That's fair. We gotta give Desuhiko some credit for
I
this.
think you're cool for not giving up on either of them, Desuhiko.
Really? Yeah, I knew it. That's the reaction I was expecting. All right. If that's the case, you're gonna be my apprentice, right?
Still no.
There's currently a special promotion where I'll put 20% more effort into teaching you how to sing and dance.
Still a no from me. I'm sorry.
I think I'll pass on that.
Master, you and Desuhiko seem to have grown even closer.
He still hasn't asked about Kurumi, interestingly enough. I feel like he would be interested in how our relationship is going. Maybe that'll happen now. Maybe that will happen now. Halara attacks with a coin. Of course she does. Oh look, we're back at the hotel.
Boy, I'm stuffed.
Yeah, me too.
Well, now that we ate our fill, how about we have a little chat, man to man?
Oh, is this the chat where he asked us about our relationship
Huh?
status?
You wanna talk?
When two guys eat together, they have a man-to-man talk.
I've never heard of that before.
Well, that's just how it is. Keep it in mind. How are things going between you and Kurumi?
I knew he would ask about it eventually. There was no way he wouldn't ask about it. It's just, Again, if Chief Yakou can ask about it, then of course he would.
There's nothing between us. We're not like that, and I don't have any feelings of the sort to begin with.
Then why are you blushing?
Even if I did, it's not like Kurumi feels the same way for me.
Oh! First of all, that line, even if I did, while blushing, immediate clue. And then immediately wondering about Kurumi's feelings. And using that as a way to deny your feelings for her. Thinking that there's no way she would like you like that. Which she obviously does. She obviously does like him. You know, hypothetically, if I were into her...
Oh, come on, man. You're not being honest with yourself.
Master, you're better off just the way you are. You have me, after all.
Actually, no, not anymore. After the story is finished, we don't have you anymore, Shinigami.
What about you, Desuhiko? Do you have somebody in your life?
Deflecting! Yuma blushing and deflecting the question back at him.
Who do you think you're talking to? Of course I do. I've got tons of girls hitting on me.
Sure you do, buddy. Sure.
Really?
Yeah. There's the girl at the shop near the station. She purposely touches my hand whenever she hands me change. And whenever the cashier lady looks at me, I can see the lust in her eyes.
Yeah, no. No
yeah,
lust there.
There's also that schoolgirl who blushes at the sight of me.
I'm pretty sure her head is just getting red with anger at you for something you've done in the past.
Jeez, he is so full of himself.
That's a restraining
I have
order,
so
yep.
many options. I don't know who to choose.
You say that, but what type of girl do you like anyway?
My type?
Moving to second base, rubbing elbows. Oh,
Judging from what you've
Let's
told
go.
me, the ages of these women seem to be all over the place. It almost sounds like you don't care who they are as long as they're women.
yeah, that sounds like Desuhiko, alright.
Well, it's not like it can be just anybody.
He doesn't care who they are. All women are queens.
But I have no strong preference when it comes to body type, nationality, or personality.
So basically, he's saying it could be anyone.
But there are women I'm no good with.
The ones who hate you.
Like who?
Ladies with heavy northern accents.
That's oddly specific. Did you have a bad
Huh.
experience in the past?
It was during my first mission for the WDO. Someone couldn't make it last second, so I was called in to provide security for a certain woman. And she was very, very sexy.
No, do I want to know where this story goes? I'm not sure
Huh?
if I do.
She was stunningly beautiful and constantly hit on me.
I'm pretty sure you're just imagining that part.
He suddenly went quiet. She was so sexy, but what? What could it be?
Total freak. Good day. It's a trap!
Was she actually a man?
It wasn't like I checked, but that's not it.
Okay, he did. Oh, it's okay, that is.
That wouldn't be a deal breaker for me anyway.
Oh, so it's not a deal breaker. But early on, you were like super against us. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
it's not. Okay then.
So he actually is bi. Okay. Earlier it sounded like he was actually like very, very straight, but no, I guess not.
Was it because you couldn't do anything?
Yeah, she was super sexy and super beautiful.
Yes, homo. Yes, bi, I guess, indeed.
She was coming on to me, but I couldn't do anything. I was so nervous I completely froze up. A mistake of youth, but one I'll never make again.
Yeah, now you're just rushing into things too much.
That whole experience was pretty traumatic for me, so now I'm no good with women who have a northern accent.
I see.
This goes without saying, but you better not tell anyone.
Right. I won't tell anyone if
Okay,
you
so we
don't
sure
want
have to keep a lot of secrets for the
Is
detectives.
it really that embarrassing? To be honest, I was kinda underwhelmed by it.
Huh? Nothing is more embarrassing than that! What kind of store doesn't take that opportunity? Ugh! If I could go back in time, I'd perform an aerial double slap combo on my past self!
Okay, sure. I was gonna say, why not ask Fubuki? She can travel through time, but she can't go back that far, I'm sorry.
But why did you tell me something so important?
Because you're my man. That means I don't hide secrets from you. It's a rule of mine.
Master, he's like a puppy eager to please.
Gotcha. I promise I won't tell anyone.
Then it's a promise, my man.
I don't think there's anything embarrassing about Desuhiko's story.
But it's
I'm
embarrassing
happy
to
he
him,
shared
so
something about
that's
himself that
that's
he's
the only thing
ashamed
that
of.
matters.
Master, you and Desuhiko seem to have grown even closer.
Alright, once more. Theories for the finale. He may ask me to dress up as a girl again. Perhaps he will now be interested. In the very beginning he was not interested. Maybe he's interested in us now. Perhaps that is where this ends. Yes. Let's see.
Hey, what's wrong, Desuhiko? You called me over, said you wanted to talk?
Yeah, about that.
Oh, and he's nervous. He called us out to the rooftop that he told us was special to him because it helps him realize, like, feel connected to his dream. Called us out back to this very same rooftop. And he's nervous. Ooh, special moment.
Anyway, isn't it so nice to be up here?
And he's deflecting.
He's been acting like this for over an hour, not telling me why he called.
Is he actually gonna say he's interested in us now?
Is it something you have trouble talking about? I don't know if you want to ask me a favor or something else, but you'll have to talk about it first.
Sorry, you're right. I'm just a bit afraid is all.
Desuhiko, I'm sorry, we're already together with Karubi. You even called that out yourself. And I'm pretty sure they wouldn't be interested in making this a poly relationship. Fascinating direction to go in, it would be, kind of.
We're busy here, so hurry it up.
Alright, here goes.
Right.
So either he's interested in us or he's asking like, hey, do you think your girlfriend Kurumi could introduce me to one of her friends? That could be the other alternative.
There's a big reason why I called you here today. Will you
Oh,
join my band?
okay, not quite that far, but
Then...
Well, you know.
okay, I'm not sure if I wasn't thinking of him asking if I would join his band. For all he knows, we can't even play an instrument. Join my band.
Oh, this is too embarrassing. I can't say it.
Well, you almost finished saying it.
But man, you should know what I'm trying to get at.
Huh? You sound crazy. I
He
have to do
almost
something or
fully
this won't
spelled it
end.
out.
What is he trying to say? Then... what?
It's missing one letter. Will you join my banana? Listen, my man, please join my banana. Do it. Join my banana, but... Okay, fine. I know if I answer incorrectly, the game will steer me back towards the correct choice afterwards. So why not? Let's join his banana.
Banana?
Yeah, bananas. Yeah, I haven't had any in a while. Wait, no!
Sorry. I guess that's not it. Desuhiko was trying to talk about... You wanna say band?
He wasn't talking about his banana. He just ran with it. For a moment, yes.
Yeah. How about we form a band?
Huh?
A band? Master's going to join a band?
You know, stars and bands go hand in hand. I always plan on going solo, but well, sharing the spotlight with a buddy of mine wouldn't be such a bad thing.
So, yeah, we definitely have reached the ultimate bond, as Shinigami would say.
For the first time in my life, I finally met someone I'd want to form a band with. It's because I finally met you. But man,
But again, we're not interested in being your apprentice. We don't seem to have any interest in singing or dancing. We probably don't know how to play any instruments.
Desuhiko.
What do you want? What do you think we can do
how
for you?
about it? Do you want to make a band together? Let's journey on a path towards stardom side by side.
What?
Also,
do you
welcome
do,
back.
Master?
Hope your headache will clear up at some point.
What do I do? I'm happy Desuhiko invited me, but I don't know how to play any instruments. Besides, I'm not interested in joining a band or being a star. Sorry. I'm happy that you asked, but...
Where's our excuse?
I see. I guess you don't wanna.
I don't know if this makes up for it, but how about I support you as a fan?
Well, there you go.
Huh? My fan?
There you go. Your man won't be in the band with you, but will be your first ever fan. How does that
No
sound?
way. I can't agree to that. Besides, you've never heard me sing before.
Oh, right.
And you want to call yourself my fan? I doubt it.
Why not just sing right now? There's your middle ground. I mean, it would be. Yes, your desktop fan.
You're just offering because you feel awkward for turning down my invitation. I'd rather you just completely reject me, instead of saying that to make me feel better.
No, deep down, I want to be your fan. You told me before how you chose to be both a star and a detective.
And that itself is already something we admire.
I think you're really cool for not giving up on either dream. And in that sense, I'm already your fan. That's why I'm serious about wanting to support you.
Plus,
Well, if that's the case, I don't mind.
there you
being as
go.
a fan.
Reject humanity, become a fan. Also, if you're saying we can't be your fan because we never heard you sing, well, why don't you change that right now while we're here alone on the rooftop?
But I still hate that you've never heard me sing.
Yeah, change it now.
So listen to one of my songs right now.
Yeah, there you go.
Huh? You're going to sing right here, right now?
Yeah, my brand new banger, the song of my man.
Alright, is there, like, any music or is it just gonna be you singing? Because you should probably sing over some actual music tracks. If you have any pre-made.
To be honest, it was hard to evaluate if Desuhiko's song was good or bad.
Oh, but that means it wasn't outright bad. If it's hard to evaluate.
I'm not sure myself because I don't know much about music. But like his personality, the song was very straightforward and heartfelt. I believe Desuhiko will be able to achieve his dream of becoming a star. I don't know why.
There
but
you go.
I think it'll come true.
Master, you and Desuhiko have forged the ultimate bond together. Good for you, Master. I'm happy for you.
We've done it. That leaves just one character remaining. And I'm sure there are multiple people who are very happy with the character that remains. Just going through again, we've done Vivia, Yakou, Halara, and Desuhiko, leaving only Fubuki, who we've done the first Gumshoe Gab with. But nothing beyond that, so let's jump into number 2. And spend some time with Fubuki. Should be fun. Very fun. Once the loading screen is done. Fubuki time indeed. Saved her for last.
Thank you kindly for keeping me company today. Because of you, Yuma, I have experienced takoyaki for the very first time.
Damn, okay, we took her first time. Let's go. I mean, that one specifically.
Oh, it's nothing. I'm surprised you wanted to try some in the first place.
Oh? Why is that surprising? Could it be that my face resembles takoyaki, so you believe I am a cannibal?
Interesting that they would bring the word cannibal into it, because for quite a while I assumed everyone in the town was a cannibal. Before I learned that they aren't actually human, so it's technically not cannibalism if they eat humans.
That's not at all what I'm saying. You don't look anything like takoyaki anyway. It's just that you grew up like a princess. You even got kidnapped because of it. That's why I didn't expect you to want to try takoyaki.
Huh.
Ah, so that is what you meant. But I am not as high class as you might think. My daily life is rather ordinary.
Cue her talking about stuff that is very far from ordinary.
I sincerely doubt it.
Is that so? It truly felt plain to my eyes.
Well then, can I ask you a few questions? It helped me get an idea of what it was like for you growing up.
Alright,
Very
let's
well,
see.
If that is what is required to satisfy you,
Fubuki, you don't have to satisfy us, but sure.
you can ask me anything, including my measurements or the password to my bank account.
Okay then. So anyone want to know one of those things? Spinny, you want to know her measurements? In that case, I'll take the password to her bank account.
No, I don't need to ask about those. Anyway, to start off, how many rooms did your home have?
How many rooms?
How many all
I
you
never
want
really
to have?
considered it.
Of course.
First the kitchen.
Security number, credit card
There
number.
were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
She's doing such a good job. She has counted all the way up to 5 already. And that's just for the kitchens.
I am beginning to grow confused. My apologies. I am not very good at counting such large numbers.
And of course, 5 is where she gives up counting.
No, that's more than enough for me. There's really no point in asking any more questions. But this is getting kinda fun. Next up,
Phone number.
what sort of car did your parents own?
Their car. Unfortunately, there were no cars at our home.
Huh? That's hard to believe. Do you know what cars are? They have 4 wheels and move on roads.
You run out of fingers on one hand after 5? Well, that depends on how you count. On one hand, I can count to... 31. I can count to 31 on one hand. Using my fingers. That is, yeah. Again, it all depends on how specifically you count. Exactly, binary. That is the way that is just one way to count higher. And just gets exponentially bigger.
Yes, I have seen them around the city. But none of those tiny, cute mobile huts were anywhere near my home.
Mobile huts?
Yep. Again, you can count very high on your fingers. On one hand. Hang on, let me explain how it works in counting. So basically, if your finger is extended, it's a 1. If your finger is not extended, it's a 0. So you would count Hang on. 3, 4, 5. 5. Like that. That is counting all the way up to 4. And you just keep counting like that. That's how you count in binary on your hands. It's quite simple.
I'm guessing the cars at Fubuki's place.
So basically an extended middle finger is 4. Yeah, the middle finger, there it is. I counted all the way up to the middle finger, as I should.
Okay, last one. What's the most expensive gift you've ever received?
A gift? Well, I am unsure how expensive it was, but the one that made me happiest was when I went with my family to look at the stars.
Oh, did she go to an observatory then?
Huh? Stars?
On my birthday, my father told me a star would shine especially bright. I watched it with my mother and father. That time spent together was the greatest gift I have ever received.
How do I count to 7? You just want to know the number 7? That should be 7, right? Mentor Muse. Alright, sure, you keep going.
My parents are such busy people. I rarely saw them as a child. Oh? Is something wrong?
After asking so many petty questions, I feel real ashamed of myself. Even if you are
You should
rich,
always feel
you're
ashamed.
still you.
I am myself? That is true, I suppose.
Exactly, there it is. Each finger worth twice as much as the previous one.
But Yuma, what sort of person do you think I am?
What do I think of Fubuki? Well, that's simple.
Rich, honest. She is very... yeah. All of these are accurate! All of these are very accurate. This is probably the most accurate in terms of her personality, but this is the more of a compliment. So we'll go with the compliment.
You're honest. You may be rich and ditzy, among other things, but the foundation of who you are is your honesty.
Well, I am not sure I would say I am honest myself, but it makes me happy to hear you say it.
What does ditzy mean? It means Fubuki. Best way to describe her character in a way. The way she just is. I don't know, how do you describe the word best?
You're honest. Otherwise, you wouldn't have said the time spent stargazing with your parents was your favorite gift.
Oh, that reminds me. After we looked at the star, my father purchased it for me.
Of course he did.
I am unsure how expensive that may have been, but I am certain that is the biggest gift I have ever received.
Sure.
Considering how honestly surprised I am by all this, I must have been a lowly commoner before losing my memories.
Master, you and
Good moment to come back to what, someone purchasing a star?
Closer.
So to pay off your debts, yes! We can use her. Alright. Number 3. Yeah, there's a sense of monetary value again. An apple costs as much as a car.
much for spending time with me today. That was a splendid adventure.
That's a little much. We were just out for a walk.
Nonsense. Even if this was an ordinary walk for you, it was a proper adventure for me.
Ah.
This was also my first time using a vending machine and witnessing stray mice.
Yeah, she really doesn't think things through, that's true. Not only does she not think things through, but her memory is also pretty bad.
I see. Fubuki really has lived a
And she
sheltered
has
life.
no
Even
good
everyday
sense of
things are
anything.
exciting for her.
Again, as they are saying, she grew up very sheltered. So she doesn't think things through. She can't really judge very common things really well. And she's very forgetful. But don't call her sheltered to her face, because there's nothing she hates more than being called sheltered. Sheltered? Gasp!
I wonder if all her so-called adventures are like this.
Fubuki, you said you're an adventure detective, right? What kind of adventures have you gone on?
Do you mean what they were like?
Yeah. Would you mind sharing any that left a strong impression on you?
Well, the major one was the first time I explored what is known as a supermarket.
Oh my god, that must have been such an incredible adventure! A supermarket, you say? Oh, I want to go there someday.
No, it is far too early for you to appear bored already. Did you know? These supermarkets have hundreds, even thousands of different items lining their shelves.
You don't say! What incredible information to have obtained.
And yet all the employees there appear to know exactly where each one is located. I cannot begin to imagine the sort of training they had to undertake to obtain such a skill.
Wow. Honestly, impressive. It's certainly not because there's signs hanging everywhere or anything, no. The signs can't be the key. No, I have not watched the German dub yet, I'm sorry, Spinne.
Based on my findings, I suspect that supermarket employees have abnormally developed sections of their brains.
Grocery shopping is kind of a foreign concept to her, exactly. Among many other things.
Well, is that not exciting?
Any other adventures you want to tell us about, Fubuki?
Sorry. I don't think supermarkets are exciting at all.
I see. I knew it. What about this?
Oh, next story. Okay, what adventure you got next?
One time, I was undercover while investigating a tribe of nudists in the Amazon when they saw through my disguise.
Let me guess. Your disguise included, obviously, wearing extra clothing to disguise yourself. At a tribe of nudists.
What? That really happened?
Of course. Is something wrong?
Nothing. It just surprised me. That sounds like a real adventure.
I'm sure. What, did you wear a fake mustache too? She sounds like the type who would wear a fake mustache as well.
I see. So that is what an adventure is to you, Yuma. How educational.
Yeah, the one adventure we like. Nudists. I mean, what?
Wait, you were undercover in a nudist tribe and got caught?
Yes, that is the correct answer. The correct answer is I'm gonna say maybe it is the top option, but we're gonna go with this one. Blushing and sweating, huh?
Is there something interesting about that?
Never mind, it's nothing.
We turned into Desuhiko for a second there. Turned into Desuhiko for a second, excuse me.
Gotta stay calm. Stay calm.
Stay calm, Yuma, it's November. Remain strong.
Were you alright? Were you in any danger?
I was fine. The nudists were kind-hearted. Even though they caught me, they treated me very well. And they said that even if I was investigating them, displaying our naked bodies to one another meant we were all family.
Okay, then.
Naked bodies?
Yeah, that's what nudist
How
means, Yuma.
nice of them.
That's what that means.
Fubuki really thinks a trip to the supermarket and visiting a naked tribe in the Amazon are on the same level. Everything about her makes zero sense to me.
Master, you and Fubuki seem to have grown even closer!
That we have, huh? Man, wasn't that something? When was the last time I saw a bunch of naked bodies? Oh, right. This week, because I went to the sauna again. Part of my recovery plan. No, honestly, I'm already feeling a lot better, and I was feeling a lot better that day too, so I decided, you know what? Let's give my immune system one more kick and just head to the sauna again. It helps, usually. It is very good for your health. Also, it's just relaxing. People gotta expose themselves to each other, you know? As one would have it. Now let's hang out with Fubuki again, one more time. Actually, 2 more times, but you know what I mean. And there's a clip for it, huh? Except for my... or for Yuma's. Or for both. Back in the agency, huh?
Hey, Fubuki, there's
Fine.
something I've always wanted to
course.
ask you.
Yes, what is it? I would tell you anything, Yuma. Even the password to my bank account.
Yes, Fubuki, you already offered. And I didn't take you up on your offer the first time, so, you know. I have different ideas about nudity occurring in non-sexual contexts. Yep. Again, it is very different. I don't know how it is in other places of the world, but here in Germany, at the very least in a sauna, you do a fully undress. Now I think there are some places where even when you're in the sauna, you still wear like, I don't know, swimming trunks or something, a swimsuit. But yeah, no, you take, at least as far as I know, you just go in there, put down your towel where you plan to sit, and just sit on top of it in the nude. And let the sweating commence. I don't know if it's different in other places of the world, but that's how it is here. Maybe I should go to a sauna? I can tell you, it's definitely nice. Like, it's really relaxing and it's good for your immune system. At least that's my personal experience, which is why I go every once in a while. Really a lot more uppity about displays of nudity. I see. Well, it always depends. Always depends. That is true.
No, I don't need your password. It's nothing like that. I'd like to know more about the Clockford family.
Trying to be different. We tend to take a number of cues from the US. Yeah, I mean, again, being close neighbors and stuff like that. I figure you would take that Canada and the US would have a lot of things in common as well.
You've mentioned them before, but I still don't quite get it.
I see. So you wish to learn more about my family. I do not mind. I will tell you everything I know.
Here we go.
First, how much do you already know about them?
What I know about your family is...
Manage the world standard of time? Yes. Longitudes and latitudes? No. History? No. Standard of time?
they're in charge of keeping the world standard for time.
Yes, that is a correct assessment.
What does that entail anyway? I can barely comprehend something on such a scale.
How should I explain it? For example, it is exactly like deciding to call an apple. Does that make it easier to understand?
In a way, yes, but in another way, no.
No, now I'm even more confused.
Oh, really? Let me try to
And see
explain
if she
it another
uses her
way, then.
forte. Who knows?
To manage the world's standard of time means we manage what year, what month, what day, what minute, and what second it currently is on Earth. As an extreme example, so long as the Clockwork family dictates it, we could move the date 10 years ahead or back.
Okay.
That's quite a powerful privilege to have.
Indeed. It means we could make everyone in the world grow older or younger.
On paper, yes, you can make them grow older or younger on paper. Doesn't mean they would actually grow older or younger.
Although they are just numbers on paper.
Yeah.
That's incredible. I can barely follow along. Wouldn't it be possible to mess up the whole world by abusing such power?
Indeed. We could tear it apart, chew it up, and spit it right out. But the Clockford family would not do such a thing. We protect the world's time to ensure that never happens.
Protecting the world's time. Sounds like a daunting challenge.
Sounds like it, but in reality all they gotta do is not change anything. And everything keeps moving smoothly, and that is it.
Yes, it is indeed a heavy responsibility for my family, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, heavy responsibility, minimal effort.
Even 100 elephants would be considered lighter.
Your family is tasked with such an important responsibility. I'm surprised they let their daughter join the WDO. Even if it's to help you learn more about society, it's far too dangerous.
Yes, you are right about that. Although I have not been told officially, my parents do consider me the next head of the family. Permitting the successor to join the WDO would certainly be nothing short of insanity.
Is your entire but if her entire family is as mentally quote-unquote stable as her, then sure.
Oh,
why
so
not?
you think so too?
I do. But alas, I had no choice. You know how I can be a bit of an airhead at times?
At times, you say? But hey, at least she's aware of it. At least she's aware.
She's an airhead all the time.
Yeah, maybe from time to time.
Get it time to time because they manage to... No. But yeah. At times, huh? Yeah, like once a day I'm an airhead for like an entire day. Does that make sense? Probably. That is the best description. About on average once a day for an entire day.
They said they could not entrust the world's time to a daughter who is so ignorant. They would rather send me to the outside world to survive on my own than keep me blind to reality. Which is why my parents made the difficult decision of enrolling me in the WDO.
Wow.
It was to be expected. The continuation of the Clockford family is more important to the world than my own life.
Damn. Okay.
She said it so casually. I'm sure Fubuki has experienced so much as the daughter of the Clockford family.
And she is a very, very good detective after all. Because remember, a shit ton of detectives were sent to the city. And only the few of us in this agency are the ones that actually made it in. Everyone in the train we arrived in was killed, except us. And they probably also came in, and the others probably also came in bigger groups and were the only survivors of their groups.
She must have been exposed to many things regular people couldn't even imagine.
Still, my mother and father were right.
What?
Whoa, that what was a lot louder than it needed to be, what the hell?
I learned numerous things about society after joining the WDO.
You what?
I have already grown far past who I once was. Compared to who I was before I joined, I am a completely new person now.
What? You must stop shouting at her. She didn't do anything.
It terrifies me to think she was even more airheaded than she is now.
Master, you and Fubuki seem to have grown even closer.
Only one more left. The final gap with Fubuki. View this memory. Yes. No, wait, you dumb child. Well, who did he say that to? How dare he? What did the dumb child do? To be sent away. We haven't been to the clock tower in a while.
I am sorry to have called you here, Yuma.
It's okay. What's wrong? You said you wanted to talk.
Well, about that, perhaps, maybe... Yuma, I believe I may be in love with you, romantically.
Okay, that just happened. I mean... Okay, we were assuming Desuhiko would say that, but Fubuki came out with it right there. Okay, the thing is we already have Kurumi. And again, as I said before, I am not sure they would be interested in making this a polyamorous relationship. But, wow, thank you, Fubuki. Glad to hear it. Let's try to be cool, exactly. We have to be cool here.
Huh?
That is not cool. Your hand is clipping through your hat.
What? Oh? Did you not hear me? Then I shall say it again. I may be in love with you romantically, Yuma.
Why, thank you for saying it again. Okay, how do we do this?
What?
Yuma! You're freaking out! Stop freaking out! I knew someone else and that makes things awkward. Again, this is the final thing we unlock. And you can only unlock the final memory in chapter 5. Which means that by all accounts, this is probably happening after we already met Kurumi. Most likely this memory is taking place after meeting Kurumi. And it was pretty clear from day one that we would kind of be in a relationship. So... yeah. How do we do this?
What?
Not being cool
Whenever
indeed.
I think of you, my heart feels warm and fuzzy. It's so anguished as well. I thought maybe this is the romantic feeling that people keep talking about.
That's impossible! Totally impossible! There must be some confusion. Maybe your mind is playing tricks on you.
Wow, Yuma. Way to handle this situation well. Look how well he's handling this confession, guys. Honestly, I can't believe I'm saying this as someone who has no experience with this kind of stuff. But I feel like even I would handle stuff like this better.
Someone as attractive as you would never fall for someone like me.
Oh, calling her attractive. Let's go. Yuma once again hitting people with "there's no way people feel this way about me. Doesn't matter how I feel about people, they can't possibly feel romantically interested in me."
Oh, do you really think so? I find you quite an attractive man, Yuma.
And she returns the compliment.
I can't believe you think that.
Oh, Yuma has really low self-esteem. Honestly, yeah.
Hey! Quit being all happy about it! Well, I did not bring you here today to confess these feelings to you.
Then what did you bring us here for?
Rather, if these truly are romantic feelings, I wish to thank you for them.
Huh? Thank me?
To tell you the truth, I have never had romantic feelings for anyone until now.
Oh, so not only is she in love with us, we are her first love. We're her first love interest ever. Are you kidding me? That makes shutting her down even more challenging.
I have had an arranged fiancé ever since I was little. Due to that, I subconsciously kept myself from falling for anyone. Although I yearned for those feelings of love, I knew I must not harbor them.
Yeah, fantasy game. Nobody could ever love Yuma.
I worried I would never fall in love. I have always felt such disappointment in myself because of it. But now, I have fallen for you
Jesus.
and can experience what it is like. So, I wish to thank you for helping me learn what romance is.
So, it is very nice that she's thankful, so does that mean she'll be fine if we decline? Wish that was me. Who doesn't, huh? So, yeah, she's just thankful that she now knows what romantic feelings are, so... If that is already enough for her, then maybe it's okay if we decline? Maybe?
That is all. I just wanted to give my thanks.
Oh, in that case, I'm glad I could help. I guess?
So, you know what? Then in that case it's fine. Maybe she knows that we're in love with... that we are kind of sort of in a relationship with Kurumi. But she still wanted to confess and thank us for making her feel those feelings for the first time, even though she might be understanding of the fact that we can't exactly reciprocate. Yeah, that probably won't even think of thinking. Cheat. And time controlling abilities? Count me in.
But wait, don't you have a fiancé? Having feelings for someone else is just going to end up making you sad.
Like, we haven't confirmed whether or not she wants to act on those feelings. Yeah. And again, as they repeated here, she technically already has a fiancé.
Not at all. I have decided to talk to my father about turning down my arranged marriage.
Never mind, that ain't happening then.
Really? Are you sure? After all, wasn't that decided by the Clockford family?
Of course, it is vital to defend our family traditions and to obey my parents.
I guess the fiancé thing ain't happening after all.
All my life, I have lived with that as my highest priority.
There's an opening, yup. But we have to go for Kurumi. We have to. See, the thing is, I feel like Kurumi and Yuma are a bit closer in age. Just judging by looks alone, I mean. Not saying that there's too much of a difference here either, probably. And, you know, in general, Kurumi, I feel like has kind of sort of confessed her feelings earlier, plus her confession was in the main story. If she even... I mean, essentially, she kind of slightly confessed, I should say. And also, to be fair, both are valid choices. Both are very valid choices. I have an opinion about her, so I can't say. You know what, that's fair. Also, both individuals are very special. Fubuki has the ability to rewind time, at least a little bit. And then you have Kurumi, who is immortal. And won't ever age a day, essentially. So, it is an interesting dilemma to be in here. My first love threatened me with bows and arrows upon confession. Then again, we were both 8. You know what, that's fair. Having an immortal girlfriend would have its own challenges, yeah. Yeah, that's true, it would have its own challenges. Plus, here are the downsides with Kurumi. Number 1. Actually, is there more than one downside? Actually, no, there are 2 downsides. Because she's a homunculus. Downside number 1, she needs very specific food in order to survive. Very, very specific food. For the longest time, homunculi could only survive on human meat, but then there was that one dude who made like a substitute that they could also eat and survive on. So yeah, very limited. You have to make sure she has the proper nourishment. Downside number 2. Strong allergies against sunlight, to the point that if she is exposed to sunlight, she will lose all higher brain functions and go completely insane and super aggressive and kill anyone and everyone. Unless she's wearing proper, like, protective cream and coats and everything, so the sun doesn't affect her. And don't worry, if the exposure to sunlight ends, she will return to a normal mental state again. and just not have any memory of anything that happened during the time she went crazy. Human meat. Ah, yes, that would provide a significant challenge, yeah. Again, at least there is a substitute to it now. That's another significant challenge, I know. The main reason why the homunculi are mostly staying in this city is because this city has, like, very thick rain clouds 24/7, so they will never get exposed to sunlight here. Which is good for them. But at the end of the game, Kurumi does leave the city. Again, she has skin cream and a thick coat, specifically made to block out sunlight. But still, it's definitely safer in here for them.
But now, I have decided to forge my own future. I have been thinking about it ever since I started working with you all at the agency.
I see.
Anyway, Fubuki's confession, right? That's
She's
what we
choosing
were
her
talking
own
about.
Future. I'm glad she can look at it that way. I'm happy for her. But even still, I think you may be mistaken about your feelings for me.
To wear
Are you
body
sure?
sunscreen 24/7. Again, or you could just... Again, if you live in the city, it's fine. You just have to wear sunscreen and a coat whenever you're leaving the city. But again, immortality has its advantages, you know. Oh, also another interesting thing, by the way, between homunculi and humans. Homunculi have pink blood instead of red blood. That's one big way you can differentiate them from humans.
It is true I have zero experience with romance, so I cannot say for certain. Well then, how about this? Once I am able to confirm with certainty that my feelings are romantic in nature,
Oh?
then at that moment, will you hear my confession once more?
Adorable, and there's no problem of hearing her confession again, but we can't promise that we will take her up on that confession. Keen on telling her what she feels. Surely she knows her own feelings. Well, for any normal person you could say that, but for her, again, up until now she's never had romantic feelings. But again, the way she described it, I can't see it being anything other than romantic feelings. Passion for Fubuki. Oh, I don't know what to say. Even if you confess to me now. Honestly, I just don't know what to say. I'll go with
I don't
that.
know what to say. It has to be a misunderstanding. There's no way you have feelings for me, Fubuki.
How do you know that?
Exactly. How did you know that, Yuma? You can't.
Please allow me to decide my own feelings.
Uncertain. She's feeling it's worth talking about. Feels infantilizing to just immediately say you're not feeling what you're feeling. Yeah. I mean, come on. And she even says, allow me to decide my own feelings. Come on.
I'm sorry. You're right. If she wants to confess to me again, then... Well, if you really do have romantic feelings for me, then... sure.
Thank you very much. Please, consider your response for when I next confess my love for you.
Okay. We'll talk to Kurumi about it and exchange a little bit of dialogue as to what we should say here to not hurt Fubuki's feelings, but still shut down her confession to the point that it won't get in the way of our relationship with Kurumi. Then again, we could talk to her, but we kind of ran away at the end of the game. We kind of ran away from everyone, sadly. I was that Yuma, I was assuming she can't feel it. She has a terrible self-image. He really needs to work on liking himself more. I think after the game he does like himself a bit more again. See, one of the main reasons why, yeah, sabotaging himself, absolutely. One of the main reasons probably why he has such a low self-image is because during the entire game, he has basically no memories of his life at all. Like, his memory essentially starts at the point where he got on the train to the city. All memories before that are gone. He didn't even remember his name until he looked at, like, a piece of paper he had on him, like a letter that was addressed to seemingly him. And we later learned that that letter wasn't even for him. that name was someone else's. He's technically not even called Yuma. But yeah, he probably has that terrible self-esteem just because he doesn't know who he is. So he doesn't know what about him would ever be likable. That may be a big factor. But at the end of the game, he does remember everything, and it turns out he's #1 of the WDO. He's the one in charge of the entire detective organization. So, then again, he also quit. He also quit his job as the leader of the World Detective Organization, so... Still counts. He's still a very accomplished individual.
Would that mean I'd become the heir to the Clockford legacy? No way, it has to be a misunderstanding.
Tell the same self-sabotage many times over the course of my own life. So relatable, really. Ah, damn. Damn, self-sabotage. Don't you love it when that happens?
Has to be, right?
Master, you and Fubuki have forged the ultimate bond together.
And there's our ultimate bond.
Good for you, Master. I'm happy for you.
There we go. Now that Fubuki has confessed her love to us, and we decided to deny her feelings by saying, oh, it couldn't possibly be love. And she was like, yeah, I'll confess to you a second time later when I'm absolutely sure, but I am pretty sure already. Yeah. What did I... The entire Volume 5 started with Fubuki inviting us out because she wanted to confess her romantic feelings for Yuma. That's what you missed. The entire 5th volume was all about that. Beginning to end. It literally started with her saying, I am interested in you romantically, Yuma. She even said it twice because we were like, what? I don't believe it. And she's like, oh, did you not hear me? Okay, I'll say it again. Like you marry... No, we will not marry her. We have Kurumi. We have Kurumi. We can't marry Fubuki. It is impossible. Unless they want a polyamorous relationship. In that case, it could work. But we're not sure about any of that. Of course, you would quote me on that. Would you have a drip of happiness to keep yourself going? I don't know. That's like talking about a distant dystopian future or something, huh? I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't. Cares about Kurumi? I care about Kurumi! Now, one more thing I want to check real quick is this. I want to have at least a look at it before I end, just to see what it looks like in the menu and everything. It's okay to see yourself as attractive, but assume someone can't possibly be you, like you. People can surprise you in that regard. Ah, you know, part of me needed to hear that too, probably. Again, as someone who hasn't had any romantic relationships for his entire life, sometimes it's nice to hear stuff like that. Alright, these are the things we can still do. So I want to know right now, before I end the stream. In fact, you know what? I'll even make it a poll. Let me do that real quick. Poll. Halara. Vivia. And Yakou. Well, I have to admit, I wouldn't say we should do Yakou first. I think we should save Yakou for last, because he feels like such a good finale. because we know Yakou, out of everyone here, everyone survived except Yakou, who dies in the final, in the second to last chapter. Everyone else is alive, so I feel like Thank You, My Detective is basically how we should finish everything. Do it in order? Well, then just vote for Desuhiko. But I feel like there might be some interest, you know? But if you're saying I should do it in order, then just say Desuhiko and I will do all the future ones in order. And I will just go down the line and not do another vote. And you know what? I feel like that probably would be right, but still. Again, I feel like Yakou definitely should be last. Same order you just did. Maybe, but I won't do them today, you know? Each one of these will likely be its own stream. Each one of these will likely be its own stream because these are full chapters. So that's 5 more streams of Raincoat, most likely. My museum turned to ruin, and I gotta fix it. It is now a despair field. Yikes. I am so sorry to hear that, Ivanov. Very sorry. Stop the poll. Have to get my 2 alts. Why? Because people want to start with Vivia? Is that why? Ow. Thank you, Rob. What do you mean, can't you make Twitch polls? I did make a Twitch poll. That's what happened here. Why do it in a different order? Because for some reason people want to see Vivia first? Alright, I'll ask one more time, fine. I'll ask again right now, and if chat can come to an agreement, then we won't start with, we'll either start with Vivia or go down the line. One more time, should I go with the result from the poll and do Vivia first, or should we really just stick to the order and essentially save Vivia, like save best for last, essentially, almost, except for Yakou. Stick to the order? Is that what you're trying to say, Rob? Because you're saying stick? Stick to the order, is what I am assuming that meant. Normal order says Spinne, Rob says stick to the order. Okay, in that case, next stream will be all about Desuhiko. The Phantom Thief Nine-Tailed Cat appears. Can the free-spirited superstar, the detective of charisma himself, Desuhiko, catch the enigmatic and unidentified Phantom Thief? Stay tuned for Charisma Killed the Cat. Next week. Phantom Thief? Yes. Perhaps he is hunting the Phantom Thieves. Of course. It all makes sense now. Alright, let's see. Ooh! Briggy Ninja playing Danganronpa again. Doesn't that sound like a perfect raid target then? From this to Danganronpa, hello? Same developers, same kind of general atmosphere, in a way. I'm down, let's go, let's do this. Let's raid Briggs. Alright, is the raid showing up for everyone? I hope so. Looks like it. 8 viewers are ready to raid, that means it's showing up for everyone, I think. Alright then everyone, I want to thank you very much for watching this. Again, next week, we'll start the DLC. We'll be all about that Desuhiko. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what the DLC stories have in store. Because I think we're going to be playing as those detectives. So very, very curious. So I will see you all then. Probably in some earlier stream as well. Possibly FNF. Until then, everyone, have a good one, and I'll see you around. Bye-bye. Ow. And if you're watching this as a VOD on YouTube, your support has also been greatly appreciated. And you know, you can catch me live in the future if you want to by just checking the link down in the description below. It will take you to my Twitch where I stream every Friday and Saturday. In any event, thanks for watching and I'll see you around. Bye bye.